Welcome, one and all, to the Legends campaign. Forgive the phone going off in the background. No big deal. When we last left off, we were in our 7th session here. 8 now, right?
Right.
The legends of these 20th level characters had defended the Autumn Court from this threat of a lich. Not even a lich they found, but the mere simulacrum of an Arch-Lich, Vecna. Picking up in our game, I believe...
Does it say getting away this time?
Pyro just took a turn?
Who, me?
Are you Pyro?
Yes. Yes, I am Pyro.
Is that what happened? We were picking up
I
Kevin's
know
turn?
that we are in round 4.
Right.
We are in round 4. And I have little written down because we're in battle.
I have a little marking, but no, I wouldn't have put that before. Look, I've got a marking here. I think this means we're picking up a Kevin.
It should be after me then.
Yeah.
So it's Kevin's turn.
So, if we're narrating back in, you've slain Vecna's simulacrum.
Yes, I have. Finally.
A strange, monstrous creature. He never cast a ninth level spell on you. That would have been really mean. But you have not finished things yet because there is still one clay golem on the field. There is a Glabrazu demon, right? Did I get that? Yeah, Glabrazu. That has not broken free. So that's actually an ally right now, but who knows how much longer. And then there is a Psy Warrior and a Soul Knife Rogue that are both up in the fray. But you've been granted some allies as well in the form of these Eladrin that have joined the fray. It seems that the Archfey herself, Faragonda, has laid out for you guys some of her strongest allies to assist you in this defense. Here we go.
I know they are.
I got them. It's because I don't need Vecna's sheet.
Who had an archer?
They did.
Archer.
Thank you for that.
This one's not mine. I wrote on mine.
I believe you were one of the warriors, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one's yours because I have 184 written on here.
Yeah.
It's health. The mage. I know you wanted me to run the mage.
Right, Tim had some stuff written down too, which is a shame. But
yeah.
I guess we could look at his notes. I think they're here, but
does he know Eldritch Blast?
No, it's actually a different thing. Oh, is it not with us? Oh, I have it on the...
Right. Yeah.
I have it on a different device. Silly me. I did come prepared.
You did. Poor Kevin.
What?
Kevin's over there, just chilling, hiding.
I'm just messing with
Kevin, the
stuff.
homunculus servant.
Oh.
Kevin, my homunculus servant.
Yeah, man.
By the way, when he dies, I don't know how much we're gonna get away with it, but I'm gonna say. Oh, I guess I could change that one. You bitches, you killed Kevin.
I remember we've used... I think he's used at least one reaction.
Okay.
One Armor of Agathis, one Cone of Cold, one Fireball, one Fly. Or he's used his Fly for the day, but not the other two one-day spells. So,
Okay.
sure, you can take a look at that. However, it is Kevin's turn with Puppet on deck. And then the Glabrazu is in the hole. He's in the hole. I'm gonna mark that guy out. Sheesh. What is Kevin doing for the moment here as we wrap back into our violent combat?
What Kevin's got going on here. Alright, I'm gonna just say, as I'm looking at you, does Kevin look at you and see that you're hurting in any way?
Puppet is in a true polymorph form, I think.
No, I got knocked out of that.
You're out of that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
less than half.
So you don't look very good, and then Kevin's gonna look at you.
I'm taking 6 points of damage.
Wait,
Okay. Kevin looks over at Reginald.
He's invisible.
Okay, I can't see Reginald. I think he's got blindsided.
I can see Reginald.
Um,
I can see Reginald.
You're too far away for Kevin to get to you.
That's fine.
Kevin's gonna hide.
You can heal me for my 6 hit points.
Kevin's gonna hide.
He's just doing okay. He's a little guy. So,
We were driving home last time, and Logan goes, "Did you take any damage in that fight?" I said, "I took 6 points of damage because
Yeah.
it was acid damage
Well,
quarter."
you're supposed to stay back. Does 14.
he feels stealthy. Alright.
Okay, well he rolled a 6.
Hmm.
He's got a +8, so it's alright. That's what Kevin's doing.
Puppet.
Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Alright.
There are no legendary actions at the moment.
At the moment.
So I got knocked out of my thing.
The demon.
You can see you're in melee with 2 different figures here. There's this Psy warrior, this high level fighter, and then one of these clay golems as well.
Is there any way I can line them up?
Yeah, but I'll be in the way.
Oh.
Don't
Oh
worry.
no, they're sort of. I guess you could move around to line them up, but you might get an attack of opportunity from the warrior. There it is, jeez. Cloud Brazil.
I'll deal with it. Just line me up with at least 2 of them.
Okay. So.
That's
Pull open
fair.
that guy real quick.
Nice, cutie. Oh yeah, I was watching one of our videos just to check and see what the battle was like.
He's
And
got his great sword.
it had 2 or 3 of the cats walking around. And you can see them just walking around in the background.
I want 27 of them.
So if you go 5, 10, 15, 20, you can shoot a line off, and I think you can angle this so you can hit the warrior and then just miss Pyro. But I'm going to take an attack of opportunity. I believe this guy doesn't have Sentinel.
Remember when Reaper, when I was over here and fell asleep and Reaper fell asleep?
Nope.
Oh,
We have good cuties.
Does a 25 hit?
That was a 25 hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Natural 13. So that's going to do... You're not his hexed quarry. Is that... Once on his turn. Ooh.
What?
Sonic Strike. Once on each of your turns. Okay. That's going to do... Is it 13? Yeah, 13 points of slashing damage.
Okie dokie, Mark.
And I believe you're not concentrating.
Yeah, I'm not concentrating at the moment.
Go ahead and shoot
Now-
your line.
I need a dex save from both of them.
Oh, great. So the Clay Golem gets advantage.
7th level lightning bolt. This
Minus
is my
1?
7th level spell slot.
Ooh.
As
4.
Fails.
All right. And then the...
My.
It's foggy as hell on that one camera.
That's a raindrop on there.
Oh!
18.
What's going on with that one
Fails.
camera?
Can he use Indomitable?
He's your ass wide.
How many of those does he have?
He goes, "Excuse me."
Oh, he's only got one left. He's gonna take it. They both fail. Nothing in this says lightning, so that's good for you.
What are you doing, Nexus? Hi, Nexus. Are you guys gonna help me play?
36 lightning damage.
36.
You have a bonus.
Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration, Pyro.
You can't. I already have Bardic Inspiration.
Me, motherfucker.
How
You can
close is
see Reginald. Isla might be out of range. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, Isla's all the way back
Damn it.
there.
Okay, then I'll give it to Reginald.
I'm gonna make a concentration check, DC 18. That is an 18 exactly.
Nice.
So the Psy Warrior maintains concentration, but takes the full damage from that lightning bolt. The clay golem in front of you looks much worse. He was kind of like at half health before. He's not doing too good now. That's your action. Reginald has Bardic Inspiration. That's a 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put this one on his name here, so I don't forget it.
The demon should be next if you have no bonus.
Yes, the
Alright,
Glabrazoo
Bardic
that is
Inspiration.
flying is going to take its turn now. So,
It's still on our side, right? Because you passed that.
yeah, he's still concentrating, or he's still failed all of those checks so far.
That means him and Nexus have been in this shot.
He's used that one. He's used that one.
'Cause
Okay.
It cuts off about right here. Like right now, I'm in it. Also, everybody, as you can see, we are missing a player tonight. He's not feeling good, so he won't be here for this session. But we hope he gets better, and I'm sure that when he does, he'll be here next week.
So the Glabrazoo is going to fly down and land where
Don't manifest that.
Puppet just was,
Yes.
flanking.
Yay!
Am I currently? Oh, never mind.
You
I'll
just-
I'll get up and look.
You just got flanking with the.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
tried.
was just getting ready to ask.
So I'm gonna take 2 attacks at advantage, and then I can use pummel or spellcast. I'll use
What
one
do
of
you
these.
think you're doing?
Next is good boy. Big right
Hits.
stand.
Are you in my spot?
Hits. Oh.
Are you gonna
Okay.
roll for me too? Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you.
Just to keep things moving, Ross and my wife each roll 2d10 plus 5.
Ross and my wife.
25.
Okay. On 2d10
You said 2d10 plus 10, right?
plus 5.
Oh, plus 5, 20 then.
20. That's great.
14.
So 34 points of damage total.
Were those the, never mind.
Okay, that's a great number. That's the 2 pincer attacks, and you watch as the Psy Warrior becomes grappled by the Glabrazoo.
I know.
Next is the side warrior.
It's not done. Because it is grappled, now the Glabrazoo can use pummel. So we need a dex save, but first I'm going to make 2 concentration checks, DC 10. Actually, it doesn't actually matter unless they're natural ones. Yeah, they both succeed, and then we're going to make a dexterity save, not at advantage. 4. Uh-oh. That's 3d6 plus 5 is what the demon does. More damage.
Hello?
Is your what?
Oh, why was
That's
it
fine.
was blinking?
So that's 12 damage from the pummel on
Yes.
top of the 34
Yeah,
from the
droopy.
pincer. One more concentration check. He's okay.
And he's doing this to the side warrior, right?
The Psy Warrior just took a bunch of damage, 4 instances of damage, and is still concentrating on a hex against you.
Right.
So, that is everything the demon can do. However, Now it makes a charisma save. So I keep asking you for this one, Ross. Go ahead and make me a charisma save. You want to fail.
Right.
Plus 7.
There's a gap between two of you that shoot water. If he falls asleep, I'll just.
17.
17 total?
That'll work.
It's right
Oh,
here.
with plus, what's the plus again?
Plus 7.
24.
Okay, so that will succeed.
14.
Reginald comes out of invisibility. Silvery barbs. Roll it again.
Oh,
He prepared silvery barbs today.
I don't know what to do. That one's a 4.
11.
I failed that time.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's going to make things easier later on. The demon is still under the control of Reginald because he just cast a spell at him. Heck, Puppet, you have advantage on the next D20 test that you make from the silvery barbs going off. That's Reginald's reaction. Come back.
I haven't used any legendary resistances, and I'm down to 3 and 3 on level 5.
What does that mean? It's the Psy Warrior's turn?
Yes.
Well, the Psy
yes,
Warrior's
it's a Psy
pissed.
Warrior.
So, we're going to make some
No.
attacks.
Yeah.
It's cold in here,
It's
brother.
not.
You use a blanket.
It's not cold in here.
Wrap it down with blanket.
Yeah, I turned
I'm
it on.
warm.
I turned
Can I
it
have
on.
that blanket?
No.
Please, I'm
Here, hang on.
cold.
No. You said no.
He's a goof.
I'm always cold. I'm always tired, guys.
I'm going to take 4 attacks against Pyro.
My legs are frigid.
This first one I don't have advantage,
Frigid in
Okay.
here.
but if he misses on his turn, he
I
gets.
take 5, right?
If
Or
he
not?
misses, you take 5. That's correct.
Right.
And if he misses, he gets advantage on the next attack.
Right.
Whoop. Oh, 26.
I'm at 34 currently right now.
Okay, so
The AC is 34.
right, so that misses.
Right.
Graze, 5 points of damage. Second attack at advantage. One of those is a natural 1. Doesn't hit.
Oh, there they
You take
are.
5 more points of damage. I'm not going to roll with this one. 30. Doesn't hit.
166.
You've taken 15 points of damage.
Yes.
Final attack on this action. It's a 10 and 11. So, no attacks hit. You take 20 points of damage. I don't believe you're concentrating on a spell.
Yes, I am. I'm concentrating on haste. I did not. Did I? Hang on, let me see.
Didn't you take a potion?
I did because I marked it.
You marked the potion, so you have an active effect on you, but it's not that. The Psy Warrior, frustrated, is, and technically those would all be DC 10 too, so it's kind of hard to fail those. The Psy Warrior, frustrated, is going to turn around and attempt to attack the demon. Action surge. His final action surge. In a second.
Don't stop. He's gonna turn around and hit the demon.
Target.
By the way, everybody, I know Pyro does have a high AC. It is by the book.
It is by the book.
It is by the book.
Against that creature. So the first one's just going to be a straight roll.
I built this character for defense.
Oh! Okay, that would only been a 31 against a demon that hits.
Yeah.
But it doesn't crit. So this is going to be a psionic strike, and he's going to use Frost's Chill.
Okay.
That can be done every time he hits, I guess. So this plus this, Plus that. Sure.
No. Like, if you roll something like
If I had a different subclass, maybe.
Oh wait, this is a great sword, right? So this is 2d6. Is the dice. So cold damage, 3.
Hey, boys.
3 plus 11 is 14.
Are they playing rough or
Which is
something?
a little bit.
That's 11 is the slashing
They're
damage,
fine.
and then 14 more for the
They're
psychic
barely
damage.
bapping each other.
So,
Is the demon almost dead?
cold, fire, and lightning. He's got resistance to cold, so 1 plus. No, the demon's barely taking damage.
Sorry, Rocky, I heard you. I was just.
So,
I
1
was listening to you and
plus
him,
12
and I noticed
plus
this demon
14
was taking
is
a lot
26.
No, this is. Yeah, but this is the first time taking it.
It's the second. He's taking 50 points of damage. He has 189 hit points. You do the math.
Right.
Because that hit, he's still not rolling with advantage, but he's going to make a second attack. Oh, sorry. The demon makes a strength saving throw. Will one of you roll?
Why doesn't he get advantage? We're flanking.
No, this is the soldier's turn. The demon's being attacked.
Oh.
You don't have advantage against the demon.
I was
or the-
mistaken.
Someone roll and add a +9 for the demon.
That's a nat 20.
Okay, so the demon does not get knocked prone.
Oh, that's good. Okay, cool.
Uh,
I thought he was getting ready to like try
He
and break out.
resists. 3 more attacks.
That was on the fuck you dice.
That's the same roll.
Yeah.
It's less this
It's
time.
weird colors.
Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm.
It is nice.
11 points of damage. Oh, the demon actually has to make a concentration check. So I'll roll that one here. Natural 20 on a concentration check. Second attack is 11. Not a natural 1, so that succeeds on the concentration check. Another attack against my boy. 15 misses. Final attack at advantage. Unnatural 19. So the only time I've hit him, I've rolled a 31. Better. 17 more damage. Final concentration check for my demon. 14 succeeds. He's still flying. Not quite bloody. The Psy Warrior has...
Was that the end of his action surge?
Correct.
Damn. He
Uh,
was laying down some attacks on us.
A number of second winds. That's the last time he can do that too.
Okay.
When he uses second wind as a bonus action, he moves half his speed without provoking opportunity attacks. It's going to be 20 feet is half his speed. He regains 25 hit points.
I was really looking forward to that advantage.
And then, well, you're kind of trapped in here is the
Yeah.
thing. So he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, he went inside?
I've knocked him prone, but I don't want to.
That's okay. If you take the top off the roof.
Oh yeah. Let's just not knock that guy over. Yeah, he just like backs into this stall, like trying to not be flanked.
Pussy
I guess.
ass bitch.
It's a strategy. He still has his movement. The demon pissed off. That ends the Psy Warrior's turn. Vecna's Simulacrum is dead, so it's the Clay Golem. Last one. It's just a construct, so I'm going to roll a d6 to see if it goes after the demon or puppet.
Odds demon, evens puppet.
Okie
Roll even. Darn, it's odds.
dokie.
Demon attack the demon.
I'm going to assume this one can do his hasten ability. AC 17, plus 9 con save.
So I do have a question for you real quick. I do want to say it. Lowly.
Hits.
So you just put him in there.
Hits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do something like flare and something.
Yeah, okay.
I don't have any of these left, so this is why it'll be good. If I throw a bomb bag in there, will it make this building explode?
It might.
Please. We can showcase what I'm about.
You'd certainly
Okay.
try.
I'm still full.
It's a good idea. Clay Golem hits 2 out of 3 times. It's bludgeoning plus acid, so he doesn't have any resistance. This plus 5. 13. Where you at?
I got your dad's character. He's nice.
And then the other one, 9. Okay, so that bloodies the demon. What am I rolling? Concentration checks for the demon. Not a nat 1. Not a nat 1. Yay! He's got a +9 to his concentration, so he's still capable of flight. That is everything this guy can do on his turn. Oh no, he gets
Sorry.
dash and disengage for free when he uses his hasten. So he has. Oh, that does say 30 feet. Where did I read 20? That's so weird. He has 60 feet and he's disengaging. So I guess he's gonna get into melee with Reginald.
So does Puppet get an attack of opportunity?
No, he used to disengage as part of his bonus
Oh,
action.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. 60 feet. That ends the Clay Golem's turn. Yes, now it is Shorty's turn.
Okay.
I
don't
remember-
really- has he used Hunter's Mark?
I think this guy's Hunter's marked right now.
Okay.
Because the other one is dead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he Hunter's marked him
He's got a plus 18.
after his
I know.
attacks last round. So he's got a +17. Oh god. And this guy's looking rough.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to nail him twice with an arrow. First shot.
So we're-
25.
That hits. So if we're doing Hunter's Mark, it's going to be his 3d8 plus 8, I believe, plus 1d10.
Okay, 3d8
And 1d10.
and 1d10.
And then you're adding 8.
No, I'm not adding.
Oh, and you would have had advantage. Did you roll
I
advantage?
did.
Okay, Hunter's
I
Mark
rolled a
grants
3
advantage
and
at
an
his
8.
level.
So
So-
you want me to roll the second hit, or you want me to roll damage first?
Go ahead and roll damage for me. I'm looking at the
Oh wow. 13 plus 8. That's 21 damage.
21 damage.
Yep.
Ow.
Second one. Ready?
Yes.
He don't have luck, though.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4 and a 5. That's 22.
It still hits.
It does? Okay.
Yeah. This rogue has the lowest AC of this bunch. I'm actually surprised that I let it go with this number right here, after what I knew.
12, 20, 22. That's 30 damage.
Uncanny dodge. So it becomes 15. You watch as the rogue is like desperately. A blade comes out of nowhere, like a purple blade, just slices into the arrow and deflects part of the attack. He still takes a wound from it. The 2 attacks are leaving this halfling like a grievous injury, but he's still up.
Right.
Barely.
I don't think I want to move him. Hang on, let me check.
Yeah, you could move him into melee and have the dog take attacks, or you could have the
You know,
dog.
you said this Clay Golem's not looking real great. I'm gonna go ahead and move here. So if Reginald wants to do something because his turn's coming up, he'll have advantage.
I was gonna say the clay golems have a really bad AC. I bet that dog could hit twice right now.
I'm getting ready to. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Bonus action, command the dog to bite. As it does, it can also take the dash, disengage, dodge, or help action.
You guys are done, but I rolled another 4 and a 5.
It's a plus 11,
Okay, so
but
that's
their
a
AC
16.
is 14.
Okay, then they barely hit with
That's
it.
what I'm saying. That the clay golems, you can hit them pretty
What's
easily.
the dog's damage roll?
Oh shoot! I don't remember. So I know his wisdom is plus 5, right?
Right.
Beast of the Land says 1d8 plus 2 plus your wisdom modifier. So 1d8 plus 7.
1d8 plus 7.
And this is a class feature that gives him a thing in line with Boon of Irresistible Offense. So the dog is going to use bludgeon, piercing, or slashing damage. Oh, did the beast move 20 feet towards?
No, just 10.
Okay. So you said 11 damage?
Yeah.
What does that do to you, sir?
You said he has a second bite attack?
Yeah, he gets 2.
Come on. Nat 20. 2 nat 20s. Double 20s.
Whoa, they redeemed
Take a
themselves. Take a picture of that, man. Here, I
can't-
got you.
My camera's over there.
Yes, you can. So,
Do you see it?
that is crazy. So, what did I say before? 1d8 plus 7. It's going to be 1d8 doubled.
Look
If
what
you're
I
going
got
for
in
the
picture.
rogue, he would be able to benefit from the hunter's mark as well. But that's not where the hunter's mark is.
There you go. That's great. 2020.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's only got 15.
Oh, come on, D8.
You
Come
need to
on.
roll above a certain number on a d8. Go ahead and heroic inspiration that. We're gonna say this is Tim's one heroic inspiration.
I even told myself not to roll that die. Alright, well.
Okay.
Alright, 6 plus 7 is 13.
Ooh, really close,
I
but
thought
so
you got
close.
20 to.
I did. I doubled
that's a
the
crit,
die.
but it's the dog's damage. So, because the dog wasn't going for the hunter's marks target, it's kind of low. But it is 4 attacks this round. Plus,
Right.
you could tell the dog to dodge, dash, disengage, dodge, or help
Okay.
right now.
Because
you used a
he's
bonus
gonna
action.
stay where he's at because he wants to give Reginald
Mm-hmm.
and himself, the dog and Reginald, advantage, and
So-
also Shorty a little bit further back. That way he can still snipe the.
And
rogue.
Shorty's a sharpshooter, so
Right.
he can do it in melee just fine. I'm gonna say the dog can take the dodge action if you want to have to impose disadvantage on attacks against it.
I'll do that. We'll take the dodge.
Great, and then I have to mark this damage here.
Next is Isla.
2 hit points.
Mila!
Back to the top of initiative.
Where's the nearest bad guy to me?
Isla,
The
you're
rogue.
up. So the rogue is here about 10, 20, 30,
Rogue! Kill the rogue!
45 feet from you. A little bit obscured with the
You got it.
Eladrin, the autumn Eladrin that are sort of defending here, but you think you could
Can
probably
I get a good
you know,
slat on him?
you could still line up on him. You're an eagle-eyed sniper, essentially.
I am.
So the rogue's
That's
looking
what
rough.
Isla is.
And this guy has 2 hit points.
Rogue, kill the rogue!
I remember you're hasted. think
I
wrote
am
that.
hasted. And I realized I never did a concentration check.
I really
Yeah, for the
like-
6 damage, go ahead and roll 1.
I really like that.
You have advantage, don't you? Are you a warcaster?
Yes, I am a warcaster because,
And you have proficiency in it.
and I rolled a 6, so I already.
Yeah, you just need to beat a 10.
I
which
rolled
you
a
did.
natural 1. Then you're like advantage. I was like, oh yeah,
Okay,
I am a
I'll
war.
take it.
No, I am a warcaster. I forgot about it. So I was like,
Mhm. It's a good feat.
I like that art.
It's great.
Steady aim.
You just want to stick there?
I just,
Okay.
No, I want to get. Yeah, can I snipe him?
You can from that angle, yes.
Steady aim.
Go ahead. So the Eladrin is sort of seeing this devastating rogue here.
Just
He's
a
going
good
to
angle.
sort of slide out of the way at just the right moment.
Just
32.
That hits.
Damage. Damages. Rogue, kill the rogue.
Oh, I wrote that down wrong.
Huh.
Obviously, that should be a 2, not a 1. It was like 198 points of damage, 119 points of damage, 219.
290.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm like,
Wait a second here. That's not right. Ow. That one kind of hurt.
you know the reason I used uncanny dodge on the other guy, on the ranger?
49 damage.
I couldn't uncanny dodge that.
Yeah.
49 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes!
You see this like sort of rune-covered halfling with. He's got a cloak up but no hair.
This
His cloak
town
kinda
goes big enough
comes
for
down to
one
the
rogue.
side.
No, I'm gonna snipe him.
Where does the arrow land?
Right between his fucking eyeballs.
In the center of his.
No, it's through the back of his
power.
head.
Yeah. Right where
It goes.
his center of power is his brain.
Yeah.
Side warrior last hit.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, the soul knife. Words are hard. Side warrior's in there. That's
You
hilarious.
still have another. Aren't you haste?
But I use study. Study.
You're not
So you can take another
I
attack.
am hasted. I can take another attack. Is there anybody other bad guys I can see?
Yeah, this guy.
Golem.
Can I shoot him too?
Mhm.
I don't have steady aim anymore.
Just take one.
Golem. Get it in the hole.
They're 22.
Hits.
No, a 14. You have to hit 14, not 22.
15
Points of damage?
points of damage.
How do you want to do this? You're irresistible offense, right?
It was
It didn't
at.
matter.
It was at 2 hit.
It was a
points.
2.
I had a +10 to my.
This
Damage,
clay
so-
golem.
He just shatters and.
You could have rolled a 1 on the die and it died.
In this instance.
And I was done. No bonus action.
Reginald.
Soul Knife is out. That guy's gone. Reginald's turn. He's just going to move closer to the demon to sort of get a sight line on this. As he runs forward, he looks back. Great job, Isla.
Whoop whoop.
I don't know. He can make lots of voices.
Who did?
Reginald.
Oh, Reginald.
My buddy Reginald. Gosh, Rocky.
What?
I said, gosh, Rocky, you think you know.
Technically, Pyro doesn't know.
Well, then Pyro needs to do better.
I killed fake Vecna and the gelatinous cube guy. Well, hang on. Let me take that back. Reginald and Pyro comboed to get the gelatinous cube guy.
He was in a
Yeah.
glass cloche.
A glass cloche guy.
And then
Hey.
I was also sniping that thing.
Summoning a demon
We-
and making a demon
him and
cast
I
an
did
8th level
a-
spell is pretty cool.
Him and I did a combo with 2 disintegrates because he used disintegrate and I seen that there was an opening and then I used my disintegrate which turned him into ash.
He was a bit of a glass cannon.
He was.
He got his 9th level spell off. Oh, Spaz.
Oh, sorry about
You're so cute. I can't help it. They're adorable.
your
So,
He's made his spot.
And I got it on Maxi cooldown.
Reginald's kind of far off
Yeah,
here.
Squidges from Mount Rocky. Oh, you bapping at me. You bapping at me.
Careful, he's got a sharp claw.
I can
You can
feel
play with him though. He'll play back.
He could pull out his short bow,
Oh, those are
take a
dangerous.
couple of strikes.
Those back claws are dangerous.
Oh, but I
Who's
want to
that?
smite him. Yeah, I'll run over here. So, how far did I move? I was right here. 5, 10, 15,
Careful, that's my bad
20.
ankle.
I'm gonna say
And bad foot.
25, 30, 35. Oh, that's plenty of space. Yeah, I got 60 feet of movement speed. I'll be like, I'll just be a moment. Whack, whack!
After you do that, run.
2 attacks with the frozen blade, I believe.
I can't believe I'm getting ready to drop one of these bangs.
29 hits.
Flare.
Let's see, can he react to that at all? I'm gonna take my second attack is the booming blade. Dirty 20 still hits.
Oh, the side warrior?
Yeah. When you take damage, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage taken. Okay. He might do that.
That guy's no more. These guys are no more. This guy's no more. That's the demon.
Can you pull D&D beyond that for me?
Well, he's taking 98 points of damage. He might hold his action here. Oh, Reginald's gonna hit twice and then go. Don't worry. Let's start there. So that's gonna be. He's got resistance to psychic damage.
Also, if it works the way it does, I'm gonna be a child again. Okay. You might like it.
No, this will be great. So, I'm adding. I have the wrong character sheet up here. I'm adding plus 13 because he's a blade singer. 26 for the first hit.
Nice.
That's the second. Plus booming blade. So
Is this
10
just
points
your-
of thunder damage. Plus 31 cold damage is 41 from this attack.
Did you get your divine smite off?
I was about to say.
Oh, nice.
Deathly Smite.
This is your first hit, isn't it? This is only your first hit.
No, I just did damage the first time.
Okay.
This is the second roll instance of damage. The first one was 26.
Okay.
The second one,
Right
I just
now
said
it's
41.
31. I thought you said
There was
41.
31 cold, 10 thunder,
Right.
41 total. I don't have Magnificent Mansion prepared today. Have I taken a short rest already? Yes, I have. 7th level. This
Divine
is new.
smite.
Divine Smite, 7th level. This is not a devil, but it'll do. So, normally that's 2d8
Yeah.
at
and
first
then
level,
At,
plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 6 more, so 8d8.
right.
Oh my god, it's like a blight.
Exactly. But guess what? There's no save.
I am in right here.
There's no save.
Oh,
for it,
I
so-
hit you? You're in trouble.
Right. You could take him down.
So that's going to do an additional 10, 17, 23. 23 plus 8 is 31.
Yep.
On top of 41. So
72.
that's 72 points of damage on this second attack.
Do you get a third?
No, I'm not hasted right now. I'm concentrating on a different spell. That is his bonus action. No reaction from the Psy Warrior, but 35 feet of movement. Oh, sorry. 2 concentration checks for the Psy Warrior. So one of these is going to be a DC 13.
I know, buddy.
Succeeds. The other one is a 30
Next
because it caps out. I did over 60 points of damage on the second hit. So it's a 30 DC for this second concentration check on Hex. A 22 does not succeed.
That's good.
So you watch as this massive strike comes down for Reginald. The second strike, the booming blade, and Pyro, the Hex upon you drops. So that's 35 feet of movement. 50 puts me back right here. So I'll take my full 60 feet and move like that. Oh, and I didn't even need my Bardic Inspiration. I've still got that. That's fantastic. The Psy Warrior does not take an attack of opportunity at Reginald.
Okay.
That's everything that he can do.
It's the warrior.
The Eladrin get to take their turn now, so...
You just want to have them stay back?
That guy's dead. That guy's dead. I was gonna say they could probably come over here and start throwing ranged weapons.
Do you want to do that?
Javelin 30 feet.
They should be able to make it there.
So this is 30 feet, right where Reginald has stopped.
Okay.
And the warriors have 30-foot speed.
Can mine make it up there as well?
Because they have to Misty Step, they both can. So I'm gonna say
Do you mind if I roll an attack for mine?
you can roll 2, because yeah, they totally have range on their javelins here. So
24.
Hits.
And
Ooh, I missed one.
21.
Hits.
Okay.
Ooh, my highest roll is an 18, so both my javelins go wide.
Okay.
And you know what? This guy goes in dice jail. No, I like this dice
this
so
is
much.
max
You have one more
damage
chance.
of 14.
14 damage to the side
That's
warrior.
max on the javelin.
Oh yeah, you
And-
couldn't hex this guy beforehand, or
And then
Yeah,
this
Hunter's Mark,
one
whatever.
is 12.
sorry, 14 and 12.
Yep, so 26 total.
Oh, that's a great number. Love it. So this mean tank guy, great. He's bloody. I think he was bloodied after Reginald's, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But that's the damage. The archers. What's your movement speed, archers?
It's,
I think it's 30.
there's
30.
30.
So you guys will probably have to use your actions to dash to get anywhere near the final
That's
foe.
fine. I'll do
I
that.
have a range of 150.
It's about the line of sight, unfortunately. He's taking cover inside this building.
Which building?
Over here.
Oh, so does that mean I can
But
dash
your
up?
range, you could line up here. So 10, 20, 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is 30.
Then I'll use the
And then-
phase step ability.
Yes. You wind up right behind Puppet, which will put this one within line of sight. But I think Rocky, yours is going to have to dash.
That's fine.
And
So
I'm
that's
gonna
30
roll
feet.
2 longbow attacks.
Yes.
Oh, actually, bonus action cast gets you right next to your buddy. Both of you can make 2 attacks. Because of your bonus, if you use your Misty Steps.
Does a
You're just really grouping up right
30
there.
hit?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Does a 31 hit?
You don't have advantage.
I don't know why I was rolling both of them, but
Oh, well, so one of those
I
in the...
took one out of them.
What was the... What were the
The
first...
lower one was another 17. And the lower one before that was a 15. Plus 13, 28.
I think even if we were going by the first 2, you're going to hit on both times. He's only got an AC 20, but yeah, these guys don't have advantage. And you aren't able to...
Rocky, what are you doing?
You have to use your
Don't
bonus
think I
action
got
to
a weak,
move
honestly.
to get close enough.
No,
We'll roll your damage.
15
If I
damage.
focus on...
10 damage.
Roll your damage.
I didn't shoot anything.
No, I just determined that you are in range, so you can
Roll.
roll 2 attacks.
Oh, okay.
Because you can run and then Misty Step
Okay, what's my thing? Here it
and
is.
get there.
I'm making 2 longbow attacks. First one is a 26.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is only an 18.
18 misses.
So that first one is gonna be a D8. Oh, you can't go back up there. D8 plus 8.
What was your damage, by the way? He only has
It
resistance
was
to psychic.
15 and
14.
10.
14 for me.
25 plus 14.
39.
Great.
Do we have any other warriors? Well, we got
The mage still has a go.
Okay.
What happened to that
It's
tablet device?
Me. It's me. I know what it does.
The mage can move to get in a
So
particular
it's like I don't want to
position.
Nate drop the
Oh,
brand.
one of these.
Yes.
Got a 60-foot fly speed right now. Oh, where's the... We might grab those later. I could show you 40 feet.
No, I got anywhere on.
This end to end is 40 feet.
up in the air. Can you think? Line of sight. If anything, I'm not fully, so I could be right.
Let me
here.
see. I think that will do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of got some cover. What are you trying to use?
I need your password.
Oh,
You talking about drawings? I did that. I don't care if you know the password. Which one is that
I'm
one?
not saying it on the
I'm
stream.
trying to be respectful.
Is that one our dating anniversary?
We're not talking about that. We're
21
going to
is the
use-
year it is.
It's our dating anniversary.
Engagement.
I'm gonna make 3 of these.
Great, Arcane Burst. That's a new thing that mages can do. This is an Eladrin mage.
Alright, these are the attacks.
Not an advantage. You're looking for you're looking for a 20.
Fail.
2 misses. Natural 19.
No, that's a
Oh,
6.
really?
So 19.
Oh, 19
Those
just
two
misses.
miss.
So one
This
of
one
these
hits.
is gonna hit. Was it 3d8?
Yes.
Not bad, not bad.
3d8 plus 8 actually. Force. 20 damage.
20 more to him. He's looking rougher, that's for sure.
And that is the mage's turn.
Okay, so end of the Eladrin's turn. Pyro, it is finally you.
Okay.
If you had a better line of sight from Reginald, I would have given that advantage to you because I don't know if Puppet's turn is going to come up.
So I really don't care what happens. I'm doing this mostly for flair. But I'm going inside with him. I'm just putting myself there. We know I'm inside. And I'm going to be like, why don't you die? And I'm going to throw one of those big fucking bomb bags that I have. And my plan is to blow this building up.
I'm just going to let you know right off the back that as a last-ditch attempt, this guy is going to throw up a protective field as his reaction and reduce some of the damage.
Okay.
You watch as like psychic energy pulses out of his
Can I
body.
roll? Okay, I'm going to roll to see if I at least get a nat 20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit because you have peerless aim.
Nope, but it would have been a 26 to hit.
I just told you it's a 20, so yes, that hits. I'm gonna roll a d12. I'm gonna reduce 10 points from this.
Okay. Alright, that's 63 points of damage.
63. Is that after my reduction?
No, you said 10.
10.
53.
So 53 on this guy. Let me tell you, he is barely hanging on. But you watch as
Hang
this
on.
entire building
If that's okay.
begins
give
to
me 1
burst
second.
into flame.
I'm going to do it again.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead and describe it first.
I was gonna say, as your first strike comes in, this massive explosion from this bomb bag that you pulled together, you look at this guy, this fighter, who tanks this hit, he survives it, he's on death's door, man. You don't gotta use a bomb bag on this guy.
Alright, hang on.
How do you want to finish?
Hang on. So, as he... Hang on. I know you're getting ready to talk to me. Hang on. What?
My keys. I gotta go.
We gotta move the car.
Cause
Pause.
I'm like,
We are going to pick up in
We're
a moment
going to-
at this. How do you want to
We're
do
going to
this?
pause at the death scene.
Logan.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Oh no.
Those are
Alright, we're
Welcome
back.
back.
I get to do my
Thank you.
death scene.
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty.
So,
Alright, so what Pyro has just done is he had this bomb bag and he went inside the stable with this guy. And as he throws this and it hits him in the chest, regardless of the damage that was reduced, still takes him out as the roof
how about
falls
this?
off and
As he-
fire.
As he, the explosion, his face is blackened, his mask is blown off his face. You can see like a mark where the soot isn't.
Yeah.
And as he staggers, limply standing, looking at you, bleary-eyed, blinking, right? the roof crashes onto him and he is no more.
That makes me-
Immediately, Reginald
makes me
goes,
so happy.
out of here! The demon vanishes.
I'm gonna look out the door and be like, you guys seen that, right? I fucking blew that house up. That's amazing.
Whew, I didn't fuck that up.
That was pretty cool.
That was. Sorry, I had to be a 5-year-old kid again for a moment. You can't say that wasn't funny, though. I thought it was cool.
You turn and you look and you see these, like, stoic Eladrin warriors sort of flanking Reginald.
They only work once.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We must inspect the corpses.
I'm sorry I blew up your building.
Sort of looks over at the pile of snow where Vecna was.
I took all that stuff, by the way. The scroll and everything.
Oh yeah,
he
he
had
had
on
a.
him. Also, since I'm first in line, what's this guy got on him?
Well, he's got a magic greatsword.
Okay, hang on. I actually got a different sheet because my character sheet no longer has room for all of the items that I have.
Oh my
He was
God,
wearing
you're a
+1
hoarder.
plate. He actually had a. I'll say he was.
What
Gonna,
was a great sword of plus one?
it was a +1 as well.
Plus one great.
+1 greatsword, +1 plate, and then he had a hand axe. I'll say 2 hand axes, +1, and 2 tridents, +1. Actually, I suspect that tridents are going to be used more now in 2024 because they're thrown weapons that are just as good as spears, but they have the topple weapon mastery.
Alright, thank you, sir. I'm just gonna kind of. Yep, you guys can look at the bodies.
He's also got a healer's kit.
Oh, okay, cool. I need one of those.
Yeah. I just noticed that. Oh, that's so funny. You put the other roof down on the rogue.
I did! the other part of the roof flies off and just smashes the road.
Reginald sort of rushes up to
There you go.
seeing you loot the body here, uses the last semblances of his extra movement speed to rush up to this guy.
The rogue.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't. So I was gonna write down what the fake Vecna had, but it's on my phone.
We'll catch it later. I'm pretty
Alright,
sure.
I'll write
I
it down
remember.
later. I know where it's at.
I remember what the scroll was.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna give the scroll to you.
Mm.
That's the only thing I was gonna do.
It's a scroll of sickening radiance.
Right. There we go. So that's one thing I will be doing.
So Reginald pulls a +1 short sword, a +1 scimitar, and a +1 short bow out of the wreckage here. Found these.
You have a bag of holding, or do you need someone to hold on to it?
I thought we all have a bag of holding.
Alright, we do.
Yeah,
Every
I
one
thought
of us
we
have a
did.
bag of holding.
You could try and get the studded leather off him.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
I just don't want to desecrate the dead.
Desecrate the what?
The dead.
The dead.
Oh, I can. Speaking of which, everybody, I know we're sitting here. We're probably not looking the best. Who needs healing? I know you don't look very good. Reginald, are
I'm actually
you,
okay right
are you
now.
looking okay?
I'm taking a little. I'm okay.
I could use some.
You can use some.
I was thinking about refreshing those healing potions
Oh.
we got.
Alright, cool. Here. Kevin! 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 Get off the building and go heal Puppet!
Sort of flies down.
Alright, Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to use 2 of those. 2
Mhm.
first levels for that. Roscoe, your first healing is 13.
Okay.
Your second one is only 10.
Okay, okay.
I'll go ahead and have him use a third one on you. Alright, that one's 14. That's much better.
Oh yeah, I even have this written down.
So that takes Kevin's refueling ring down to. He only has 9 charges of that left.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Kevin. Good job, buddy. Way to stay hidden, too. I don't want to rebuild your ass every time I turn around.
Kind of moved out here to address the group. The Eladrin sort of regroup with the mage flying over.
Is the, I'm gonna go ahead and speak up as Pyro. Is the Archfey safe?
We believe so. We should escort you to her.
Alright, let's go make sure that her safety is assured.
I just rolled a 23 insight check on you. Pyro.
Huh.
Roll whatever you want. This guy just decided to insight check you on the move you just did. One of the warriors
We need
is
to make sure she's okay.
one of the warriors just rolled a 23. He's like, what's up with this guy?
What do you need me to do?
It's a persuasion or deception, your choice. And you don't have to tell
Either
me
way,
which.
it's a 22.
Ooh, I rolled a 23. So
Oh wait, sorry, I drank a golden potion. 24.
okay, so he he looks like he's having a hard time reading it.
Okay. I'm being honest. If it makes,
Okay.
if it's any consolation, I'm being honest.
That's
I just
fair.
look
Then he believes you.
devious.
He believes you.
I just look devious doing it. We gotta make sure she's alright.
The group quickly regroups. You watch as Reginald just kind of looks around and runs from friend to friend, and then also to these Eladrin, and casts Longstrider as an action on each one of them, which he can do at will.
Okay.
So each of these Eladrin feel faster as they begin to escort us into the castle.
Right. That's what your phone if you need to.
Change the noise. Not something awful. I've got a bunch of creeping.
Oh no.
What is this one? This one lighthearted? It's lighthearted. Okay.
Mushrooms or bats, babe? Which should I which should I have in my cave on my property?
Well, I believe you guys are looking for mushrooms.
In my game.
Mushrooms.
In your game, I
Mushrooms
go
is the better
bats.
choice.
I would say bats.
Well,
I
there's,
could believe Roscoe.
So my brother said there are certain mushrooms that only grow in certain times of the year. Having the mushroom cave helps you get those.
Okay. So,
It's better
Makes
than
sense.
going to the deepest parts of the cave system to fight off enemies for them.
Yeah, I have.
But even then, there are
So I
still
guess
some
mark
you
a
have to go
studded
down
leather armor
for.
+1.
Okay, cool. This is all stuff I can send.
Reginald doesn't have time to do so, but he will sort of like close the eyes of these strange psionic creatures, the corpses that survived, that is, because most of these clay golems are not much left.
You want me to burn the bodies?
We have means of disposing of our enemies. I'm trying to
As
think
you
of something
walk
cool
away,
to
I'm
make
just
you.
gonna firebolt one of them.
Well, the Eladrin sort of escort you, so you kind of, as you're about to turn the corner, you just subtly sort of sets the roof on fire over here. It's probably not going to hurt anything.
No, it's just there.
Oh, I was going to say that the mage comes over and sees the fire that you've started, and once he makes sure that everyone's out of the way, casts Cone of Cold.
Oh, cool.
You watch as the charred remains of the Psy Warrior become frozen in ice
Nice.
as this whole area is extinguished.
That way it doesn't spread to the other.
Right, he's got to take care of his town somehow.
Right, exactly, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
the mage goes, it needed to be done.
It
It
is.
is okay.
To the Archfey.
Come. We will travel swiftly. And sort of flies over and then looks back and realizes that everyone has to go around. That's
Oh.
when you all turn the corner and Pyro sort of last because you were back here. Goes,
Yeah.
And hits the rogue, who's not a statue.
Right.
The group travels onward
Weast.
through.
Over the hills and through the woods.
Over the
to
drawbridge,
Grandma's house.
right.
Yeah.
Kevin sort of.
Yeah, I put Kevin with
following
me.
you, right?
Yeah, Kevin's with me.
Archers are a little bit farther behind. That's it. They're sort of spread out.
Wouldn't you say Isla would be with you guys?
You're back. Yeah, Isla made her way.
Don't forget about me.
far. Oh, very quickly, Reginald, just at lightning speed, takes a vial and harvests blood from one of the dead corpses. In case I need to summon more demons.
On the way up, since it really doesn't do
Two.
anything, as we're running, I'm going to cast a Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
At 2nd level.
Do you use your alchemist tools to do so?
Yes.
Then add plus 12.
Right. I need to mark the spell.
Sort of quickly whip up a salve suitable for a warforge. Apply it to yourself, and you're like, oily.
Oily.
That's what you need. You don't want to dry out.
I feel good.
We can't afford that. Stop.
Alright, 23 points of healing.
You descend past the moated walls over the drawbridge into the first sort of like antechamber that is here with these sort of columns blocking more space that could be used as cover. And then beyond this space is a second wall that you have to enter through a large sort of braced metal door
Okay.
to find the interior of a castle. And I think I described the Autumn Court as being this sort of like cavalcade of colored houses. Well, the interior of this castle is immaculate. The two of you have seen it once before.
Yeah.
You see Reginald, Shorty, and Isla are sort of looking around pretty amazed by what they see. But there's like decorated interior and these like almost golden colored brick walls that sort of encompass the space. It looks definitely like a sturdy foundation and masonry built in here.
Right.
And it's a decent path to actually have these Eladrin lead you to the
It takes a good while, doesn't it?
right there's a decent little bit of winding where you're like, this feels pretty safe. Like,
Right.
hard to remember exactly where you've been if you're not familiar with the
When you're done with your description, I have a question.
Well, you guys sort of travel a ways before coming to, similarly, like a braced set of double doors that appear to be made out of cold iron. And you watch as the Eladrin sort of step back, and they don't touch it. They just sort of wait. You've crossed this threshold once before, but the door wasn't open. And you look at these Fae and see that this is actually a threshold that would block them
Right.
being cold iron.
Okay.
So Reginald sort of takes the cue, steps up, knocks twice, these loud, echoey knocks into the assuming large antechamber beyond that both of you have seen. Takes a moment, and then opens the door. These massive iron doors open. I think they would open out. You would have to pull the door, so it's harder to break in. And you step into the throne room of Farragonda the Moth Blossom.
I was just getting ready to say I had her name ready. I was getting ready to tell Reginald.
You can see she's sort of guarded by some more Eladrin mages that are in this area, similarly in garb to the one that you were just traveling with. And Reginald sort of steps in as you guys are... the party, the legends have sort of grouped up in front of the Eladrin that were escorted.
Right.
That makes sense. So, what you see, for those who didn't watch our previous episode, right, just in case, is this sort of elegant-looking fairy moth queen that is mostly like this soft gray sort of fuzzy fur with these two massive moth wings atop a throne made of, I'm just spitballing here, it's a throne made of emerald.
Okay.
Pure emerald, right? And she sort of looks out at this like sort of if you've seen the statue of Mothman in that one town, do you remember the name of it?
Point Pleasant.
Yeah, the statue of Mothman in Point Pleasant. It's kind of like a feminine Mothman.
Okay.
Similarly, kind of shredded, if you get the reference. Maybe our players don't, but someone on the internet surely will. Yes, you see Farragonda stands.
That's the
and sort
Mothman
of
statue.
bows.
Oh, okay.
Shredded.
Right.
Also, he's got
Strange.
solid booty cheeks.
Yeah.
Voluptuous.
You haven't seen her.
I haven't seen Buns of Steel until you've seen those.
You haven't seen her backside yet. She's always been facing you when you've addressed her.
Okay.
It is my understanding you have fended off an attack on my soil.
We have Farragonda. We were coming up here to make sure you were safe.
It is my displeasure that a lich could even grace the oh god, the floors, the city streets of my domain of delight.
That was getting ready to be one of my questions. The inside of the city. I know where we were right here, there was battle. Was any damage done inside the city?
It seems that that was the only attack. We've seen no sight of the true Archlich. Not here yet.
We seen Vecna in a few other places. When we first got here, of course, we told you he was in the summer. He did take those Archfey, I'm sorry. We were not able to save them in time. But we were able to be there for the attack on the Spring Court, which we saved Matt. And we just received word that yours was under attack, and we had to come to your aid to make sure that you were okay. Because if too many of the Archfey fall here, it's gonna be bad news for this plane. And the person who has sent us here, we're here to save this plane.
I'm sure without you, this would have been a much different battle. I cannot say for certain that we would have been successful with all of your sort of anti-mage tactics. Sort of looks at Puppet and Reginald to a certain extent. Glances at the casters in the room.
Speaking of which, Farragonda, I don't believe I have introduced you to these three over here. I'm sure you probably know Reginald. Yep, he's Kinku. We know. He's been here before. I don't know if you guys have stumbled across each other. But also, this is Isla, and you know Puppet, and right over here, that's Shorty.
And Shorty pipes up. And don't forget, Journey!
Oh yeah, Journey, that's the doggy. But I figured I would introduce the rest of our group.
Reginald
So they also had a huge part in protecting your kingdom as well.
Reginald sort of bows respectfully. Your Highness. And she says, please, Farragonda is fine. Thank you for saving my domain.
By the way, so we did save your domain, right? I mean, you're really thankful and appreciative, right?
Indeed.
So, you wouldn't happen to know where I could get some unholy water, would you?
I believe I know of a place.
Oh, can you grab that?
Alright, well, do you happen to know where there are BibberBang mushrooms?
Ah, the BibberBang are... shall we say, not far from here, there are cave systems near to my domain that could house some viable samples. Whatever do you need with them?
Well, we're trying to get this. We're trying to get these ingredients. That way, we can make a potion for here in the Feywild.
Someone that is likely to have unholy water as a means for potion crafting would probably be in the Unseelie Court. That is run by run by Julian Augusto, the Merchant King.
Okay, you're gonna have to say that again.
It's one word. It's Julian Augusto. Julian
Okay.
Ogosto.
Okay.
The Merchant King.
You said he has unholy water?
If he does not have means of acquiring it, he will surely have means of creating it.
So I can't just take some of this dead skin and drop it in some water?
That might work, but if you're looking for something as carefully planned as an ingredient, I would imagine that some sort of ceremony might be required.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And where did you happen to say we might be able to find this BibberBang mushroom?
There are cave systems not far from the domain. Sort of duskward, as it were.
You say dusk?
Yes, if you take about a mile and a half outside of our land, there should be a cave system that you might be able to stumble upon if you're clever enough. Descend deep enough into the cave, and you might reach the edges of the Feydark, where you would surely find such BibberBang.
Okay. Got that.
Do you have any further questions for me?
Do we get paid?
Perhaps, if my understanding is to be correct, if you could ensure that I would not become one of those wretched things, yes, I would pay you for that.
What about for the first installment because we stopped in today?
Oh my lord.
You have stopped in today with no assurances that I could not become one tomorrow. Ooh! If anything, you've shown me that the risk is dire and we must mobilize. I'm afraid I will need every gold in my coffers if I'm to fight this evil.
You don't got this. Just shut up.
Do you want to make a persuasion check? I'll let you take an influence action
Hang on.
to make a persuasion
I'm
check.
trying so hard right now.
Don't you still have that bardic
I
inspiration?
have to. No, I use it for the damage, remember, unless you don't want to count it.
Oh, that was the damage? I thought you were rolling...
No, you said he had 6 left, so I rolled the bardic inspiration to get the rest of the 6 to not have to swing at him and get the flare.
I don't believe 2024 bardic inspiration can be added to damage unless your subclass says so. But I was going to let you roll for the house hitting him, so
Okay.
it's same difference. If
Okay.
you want to try and make a influence action right now, you can take a persuasion check, and you can add a bardic if you think it'll fail.
No, I have stuff I want to say. And I know that Pyro would say it, so Alright, I gotta play my character.
Do you want to play your character
Okay,
with the
so-
understanding you're making an influence action, or just say things?
I say things. Alright, I'm sorry everybody, this is my character if you had seen him in the past. Well, I could just let you die the next time. I'm sorry. He says it in a sarcastic, joking way. How I just said it. Well, I could just let you die the next time.
You watch as every single Eladrin guard in this room with you
I know.
tenses and puts their hands on their weapons. Those
I
are
said I could.
wands
Good.
are drawn. They just look at you.
The main word, everybody in this room, is could. Okay?
And then you see a smirk grow across the Archface's face.
Well, you know.
Your chaotic nature is
Chaotic.
adorable.
Thanks.
Perhaps later on it might even be. What's the word?
Well, you
Hindrance, roadblock.
You gotta have a wild card. I mean, come on, you guys. Don't you want a wild card in your, No? Okay.
Not one who wants to
Apparently
kill
my party members
anything.
don't agree. But I thought it was cool. Oh, well, I mean, hang on, sorry. It was terrible. I shouldn't have said those terrible things. Should I have to roll for...
It takes more than words to truly stain my ire.
Well,
Today you are a savior.
I was just
Pray
getting ready to
that
say. I'm just getting ready to say, I may have been a smartass today, but I did save you today.
Pray that legacy saves your ass in the future.
Right? Let's pray. Oh wait, I don't pray because they don't fucking listen.
No, you do pray. You prayed a lot more than anybody else in this party in the past
I know,
few days.
it's a joke. I'm just playing. Please don't take it serious.
I listen to prayers, Reginald says.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh?
Tickle my toes.
I tried
well, all
vary up some
joking
voices.
aside, Aragonda, is there anything else you would need us to help you with in the city?
If this potion is what you require, I suggest you get to it. We have some measure of defenses here, though I will not underestimate an archlich of this caliber.
I'm gonna roll a persuasion and tell her I need $1,000 to get this potion brewing.
Dollars?
Gold. I need $1,000
Dollars? She goes, what's $1?
You know what it is. It's 1,000 gold to get this potion running. I could use the contribution.
Go ahead and, as an influence action, take a persuasion check. You can add your bardic inspiration, and if you have any left, you can flash a genius at 2.
I
I've
do.
written down the number.
Alright, so let's see. That's 23. I'm just going to go ahead and use a flash of genius for shits and giggles. 29.
I've written the DC down right here.
Oh my gosh!
It is 29.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's great. Exactly 29. Oh.
Money hungry whore.
This is Pyro. That's who he is.
And I was a pirate captain, yet she's not as money hungry as this whore.
That's not my fault. So.
Fetch the legends 1,000 gold. I will return to my safer chambers. Be gone. You watch as the freshly...
We each get 200 gold. She did say give the legends
Yeah, okay,
1,000
fair
gold.
enough. Alright, you guys get 200.
Yeah.
Well, the archers with their new movement speed quickly leave the room, and you sort of hear the sounds of like misty steps as they go and make haste, as it were. Pardon the pun. I am a blade singer. You guys you exit the throne room, and the doors close behind you. As you make your way out the way that you came, you see that the archers meet you there carrying 5 pouches. Hands one
Oh,
to
yeah.
you, Pyro. You open it up and it's 1,000 gold.
Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
Hands one to Puppet and one to Isla, one to Reginald and one to Shorty.
Okay. I think they just hurt her, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
Your pouches are empty. No, I'm just kidding.
No!
Yeah, go to market. I made him roll 29 for it. You can each have 1,000
somehow
gold.
I made it. By the way, wisdom and charisma are my lowest saving throws.
You had how many Flash of Geniuses is that? Do you have any left?
I have 2.
2 left.
I've used 4 Flash of Genius.
Okay.
I've used 3 luck points, and I haven't used any of my legendary resistances.
Mm-hmm.
So we step out the gate and they hand us those bags, right?
Wow, that was handy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, I know that we need to go and find Oh Boy, and we also have a cave right down the road. So, and we probably need to rest, right, guys? I'm gonna go to Mount Celestia. Anybody want to come?
Don't we need to go fucking do this shit?
I have things that I need to recharge in order for us to make it through this plane. Because that sun hasn't moved.
It has.
Oh, sorry. My bad. That much.
Do you
That much.
Oh, what am I trying to say?
Why do I have my sunglasses on?
Because you're a hobo.
Why are my
you trying to stay a
sunglasses
day?
inside? Huh?
Are you trying to stay a day there?
I want to. I don't know what time of day it is here because time works differently in the Feywild.
Right, it's dusk.
So, it is dusk here.
Yeah, look. The sun is about to set.
Oh, okay.
It's just always dusk
Right.
or dawn.
But unfortunately, this item right here knows when the sun has went down
Yeah.
and come back up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to look at everybody and be like, I'm going to go to Mount Celestia because I need the sun to go down and come up. Would anybody like to go with me?
Well, we should probably start doing the other shit.
Tempting.
I mean, if
Can't
you
make a
want, we can,
mansion.
anybody who doesn't want to go can continue
Okay.
towards the cave.
I just need a long
Are you on the
guns.
sauce?
We're gonna, yeah, but
Is that what you're wanting to talk about?
I want to decide what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, I know me personally, I'm going to Mount Celestia. Does anybody else want to go?
Yeah, I think the question is if we're gonna stick together or we're gonna
Right.
split up.
Thank you,
We
Reginald.
don't have to split up.
We don't have to. Reginald, would you like to go?
My wand doesn't rely on that sort of thing, but this staff and this pearl do. So I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I couldn't get us there, but I guess I can get us back.
I can get us back.
Okay.
Even if I went, there would be no point for me because I'd still have to wait 2 more days.
It's
I can-
one less day.
That's one less day, but I still won't have my thing back, so it really won't matter in the long
I
run.
don't have anything that recharges.
What about your bracelet? What does that work off of?
Yeah,
Oh,
dawn.
that is
It's dawn.
It's dawn. However long the nights are here.
Right, the sun doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Every time we've taken an 8-hour rest, the sun has moved that much. So we
The
can't.
nights could be shorter.
I'm not talking to you about
Remember
time.
when Wes had
I've
that
tried
world that was
for a
23
whole session
hours?
to get the time right in this plane, and it's not.
Yeah, I made such a stink
Yeah,
about it. Like,
so
God,
there is no
it doesn't
time.
make any sense when there's an even number of hours in the day. You want
Right.
the odd numbers so you know when it's.
I need something here. So
It just doesn't feel right
do
when
you
there's a
wanna stay
second
here,
12.
Or are you gonna come with us, or are
I
you
mean,
and
if everyone
Shorty?
else is going, I'm not staying here alone.
Does Shorty? Does his bow require a door?
This new one doesn't, but some of my other stuff does, I think.
No, Shorty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Shorty's. The one he just got,
Yeah.
that says long rest.
Okay.
I don't know what other items he has on hand at the moment. And I imagine not all of them say long rest.
All right. So have we all decided to go to Mount Celestia?
Yeah.
Because so far, Vecna. I'm not looking at your stuff. Just so you
No,
know.
you're good.
So
There's no
far,
knowledge.
I know that Vecna, for one, we fought him as soon as we got here in the summer court. We did really well, in my opinion, on taking on that team, those enemies, and then once we got to the spring court, we had to fight him again, which I think really put a dent in him, because then he had to send this simulacrum here to the autumn court. I think we at least have, I would say, at least 16 hours, which should get us a rise, or set and rise of the sun for us to get our stuff back. I don't think he's going to be ready, and I don't think he's going to be ready in time to
Like,
launch
I didn't really
another
know.
scale attack with us taking out 3 of his waves now. So I think we have enough time to make it to Mount Celestia. Do you agree, Reginald?
That makes sense. I'm pretty sure that we could. We're pretty close to. I think we're nearing 16 hours since we woke up. Right? I'm getting a little tired. So, we could probably head there, wind down, take a rest, see if the sun comes up.
Do you want me to get us there, or would you like to get us there? Wait, have you? Okay, I can get us.
I just burned my last one on that smite.
I remember when I watched you do something hellacious to that guy.
Yeah, just wait
You
until it's a
fucking
devil or something.
smash that dude. I watched you fucking nail him. I can get us there. So, everybody, join hands. Take your hands and join them with me.
Oh yeah, that is how this one works. Quick, grab Journey's paws.
And I'm the camera guy. I gotta pause shit.
We can pick up there, but in this case, it's still gonna be me.
And then we're going to Mount Celestia.
We'll be right back. And welcome back. Thank you. It's cute. We're like,
We have made it to Mount Celestia.
so, I said I was going to stay in charge, but if you want to describe what we see, because you would be teleporting to a place Pyro has seen, Mount Celestia.
So, once you come into Mount Celestia, the place that Pyro brings you to is you guys are in the center of coming into the majestic castle made of pearl and, what's the other?
Opal?
Pearl, opal, and diamond hallways because of the holiness through Mount Celestia. As above you in a ring, you see a bunch of murals of gods and deities above you, immaculately painted out in a circle, and you guys are in a circle as well.
And me and Reginald are deities.
And inside the thing, inside the castle, as you also are inside of a ring marble type of flooring. And that's where we are.
Boom!
I'll say, is there a good sight line from here?
Is there portraits of me and Reginald?
Huh?
Because we're deities? Because we're
No,
gods?
you guys are more recent. These are more of the older ones. Plus, they're not all up there. It's just
like the Parthenon.
they were just random ones. I wasn't ready for all.
Reginald didn't spend a lot of time in this place in his 10 years.
I guess it's just because you guys don't have as many followers yet. That's what we'll go with.
Fun.
He has some followers in the elemental plane of air,
Right.
which is an afterlife of a type.
And she would have some in the one.
But his
Plane
stuff,
of water.
his thing was ushering people beyond. So
That'll
it's
be
kinda
something
like
I'll need to throw
the
in when we
people
get to
that
the
he
plane of
helped
water
spread
then.
out.
Right.
That'll be something I could throw in. They'd be like, are you?
Are you?
I'd be
So,
like,
sorry, for a sight line, can we see? Would we be able to see
when
like
you're
angelic
in-
figures walking around?
In this circle right here, you would see some divas, maybe a couple of solars, but the only reason that they're there is because they're a higher stature. And also, I believe it's lower one than a diva.
Oh, is it like an archon or something? I just had the page open.
Don't worry about it, but you also see
What I'll
those
say.
Walking around as well. As a diva comes up to
Here, look.
greet us.
Yeah, so the Planetar is higher level than the Diva, isn't it?
Maybe.
So what you see is that as some of the angels are sort of walking around, obviously the solars are flying, there's this sort of humanoid-looking figure wearing white robes that's human in form but has like these glistening gold eyes, and these wings that are feathery but also translucent. As this being sort of approaches you from hovering, right from the sky, it is indeed a diva. Steps up. Says,
Just for more description, the circle that we're standing in, obviously behind us is the entrance, but the way it's laid out is there's a hallway here, a hallway here, a hallway here, a hallway here, and a hallway here to represent type like a sun. You get what I mean?
You know Arc de Triomphe in France? It has like 8 or 12 roads that come into one big roundabout. It's kind of like that.
Oh.
Terrifying to drive in, but it's beautiful.
this is a walkway, thank God.
Yes. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
these are just hallways.
The figure sort of looks around and sees the Solars are not approaching, and so flies up at a sort of leisurely pace and says, "Legends, welcome. Does this mean your time in the Feywild is completed?
No, we need your son.
Our child?
No.
Yes.
No.
Your firstborn.
That is not what he
Isn't it a
meant.
sea elf?
Do not talk to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. We need to wait for the day cycle. That son.
The sun, yes. Well, you may make use of it. I'm afraid that our leader, Serenity, is not here at the moment. She is regarding business off plane.
Elsewhere.
Well, I'm sure if she's not here, then she's doing something important. The only thing we need to do is, what time is it?
You've reached us at the...
First thing in the morning, better.
It is nearing dusk.
Alright. Well,
The sun is beginning to set.
is there... I know this is a safe place. Is there a possibility that we could spend the night somewhere in these quarters?
Indeed, I can have quarters arranged for you.
Alright. You said it's about dusk?
Correct. Are any of you afflicted with a malady? I can sense a number of hag's curses about you.
Don't worry about me.
Then, though, you see those perky breasts?
Don't
those
worry
weren't
about
there
me.
before.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Those are much bigger than what they were.
To be honest, what I sense about you is a much worse maladies.
Nah, fine. I know we are.
Remember when you had that clown? you were.
That was me.
It was you, and you were the
I was
clown.
being tormented.
Yeah.
That's a character I'd love to torment, but he's not here right now.
Right.
The original goes, I've actually been meaning to ask you guys about that. We'll talk in a minute.
Right.
No,
But anyway, we're gonna be just fine. No, we're not. We're gonna kill them all. So, anyway, there are no abnormalities about me.
Endearing. Yes. That's what I was
We
looking for.
have, I have plenty of ideas.
The figure sort of flies off, and you begin to. He looks back and says, "Follow. I know of a place to rest." Sort of.
Right,
Okey-dokey.
You get a 90-foot fly speed, so you just.
Do we still have long strider?
Yeah, that's all we got.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna follow him, you guys. You wanna come?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Sure.
Once we get there, Reginald pulls out a jeweled chalice, like a little soup ladle,
Yeah.
right? Or sorry, not chalice. It's a ladle, a gilded ladle.
Okay.
I might re-up the potions I can make. I have a little juice left. Get a juice.
Juicing.
So yeah, I was wondering, as you guys sort of are doing a walk and talk, if I look like this right now, would it make sense to call me Regina?
Would you like to be called Regina?
I don't know. It kind of sucks because.
Are your followers gonna recognize you now?
Oh, I have a different name for that.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. Aid. Well, I didn't know if they had a representation of your appearance.
It's more ambiguous. I keep things. I like to mix things up.
Okay.
A lot of
No one
ravens.
knows who I am yet. I don't need it. They need
It's scary.
me. That's scary.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus-
Maybe to differentiate it.
Plus, Reginald, if I did have followers, I don't think they'd be a good guy. So it's probably better they're not there. I mean, I have been given the stature, God of Chaos, but, I don't necessarily need to be summoned.
I got all sorts of followers.
I'm glad you have followers. I am.
Well, that's the thing about gods of death. Their followers don't always last that long.
Not sure if anybody that I know of worships me in honor of chaos.
Do you have any teachings?
No.
Nope.
Maybe start with that.
The only teachings of mine is the havoc that I've caused in my wake.
Okay, so here's the trick. You don't have to write any books yourself.
Right.
You just gotta whisper to your followers.
Oh, okay.
They'll write the books for you.
Kevin.
No.
Yeah, that'd work.
This
Start
is the
writing
only
this
follower?
down.
He's mad at her.
Kevin's not a follower, he's a slave.
Exactly. So,
the prisoners with
I mean,
jobs.
no, he's not. He's my helper, servant, butler.
Also known as a slave.
The
Oh,
prisoner
yeah,
with
I
jobs.
know
He doesn't
Is he
get
paid?
paid.
Yeah, he gets paid. The
In-
spell
in-
refueling ring.
Okay.
Oh,
He's a slave.
that's part of his job
She
description.
gets mended.
Right, he gets mended. I don't let him die. If he does die, I put him back together.
Oh yeah, I hope we can get a long rested as well. That would be good for us. Yeah.
With the downside,
Yes,
his
yes.
memory resets every time.
Yeah, my teachings kind of revolve around like cycles and the nature of like life before death, life after death.
Right.
How undeath's not cool. That one's an easy one. You could
Well,
anyone can spread
I
that.
think once we get to the abyss, I may start sending that around. Possibly the Nine Hells as well. That sounds good to me.
I spent a couple years in the abyss. It's pretty nuts in there.
Is it? Well, sounds about right for me then. I
Yeah.
should feel right at home.
We'll see. I guess you don't have the problem of only being able to breathe air.
No.
So that's something.
Yeah.
There's more aquatic places than you might think.
Yeah, I don't know what awaits us in the plane of water yet. They haven't told us. Right now, the only thing we know about is the Feywild. They haven't really told us anything else about the other planes except for they're in danger.
Well, you just told them we're not done, so.
Yeah, we're not done. Also, I do have a question for you guys while we're walking and talking. This one's for the group. So we have two things on our list. We have the BibberBang, or we need the unholy water. We have to go down into a cave for one, and then the other one we need to find this guy at this certain court. What's your guys' opinion, and would you like mine first?
So we do them both together?
What, split
I said, wow, let's not split.
Split the goddamn party
again?
again.
We can, we're just going to
We
get
don't know.
mushrooms.
We should stick together.
Yeah, cave systems are weird. Maybe I could like turn my familiar into a bat.
I'll turn into a spider.
The only thing I was possibly thinking of is, so obviously the cave route, we're gonna have to go underground and do some exploring. But if we can just make it over to this court, possibly, to find this, don't tell me because I have it written down. This Julian Gusto, Merchant King,
Julian Augusto.
Julian Augusto,
It's so much. It's supposed to be.
the Merchant King possibly has the unholy water, which
And we rich.
right,
So, we just,
and obviously we got 1,000 gold to work with as far as haggling for him. I think if we went and got it from him first, that would get knocked out a lot quicker than exploring the cave. So if we can go get the unholy water first from him in that town, if he is there, then we could get it then and then proceed to the cave system. But that's my suggestion. What is yours? You were saying both, but I mean we gotta choose.
You're
one
always
right
trying to
first.
split. You get me a murder, and it pisses me off, bro.
And I have my little nexus.
At this point, you guys realize that you're standing in front of like a lively little tavern on Mount Celestia.
Down through the hallway that we were going to our quarters.
Yeah, you step through and you see that your quarters have been arranged sort of inside this, like, it wasn't a hallway, you were like cresting sort of the mountainside, I'd say. As this guy flew away, you followed him, but you you step along a like a brick path, I'll say, that kind of travels along the side of the mountain here, and you find this just like little bustling inn.
What's it called?
You look over and you don't see any sign. Here, you want me to throw something together? Hold on.
No, I was hoping you would give us the franchise name that we used.
Oh, not this one. I had a
Oh
different
man,
one.
we can't put one of those in Mount Celestia. Why not? They gotta have fun too. Sorry.
It's hidden in Mount Celestia.
Kevin, are you still writing this down? Don't forget about the 2 children.
Erases a whole bunch. Goes back.
Yes, you have to make sure that's in there. In the name of chaos. Does he share kind of like my memory and mindset slightly?
Sure.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to tell Kevin, write our life story.
You
So
hear
that's what
sort of
he's
like
gonna do.
Modron clicking noises, like and then he continues writing.
Okay. So that's what Kevin's doing for now. By the way, I don't need to roll, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just for fun. I'm gonna pickpocket Kevin for my ring to put the spells back on it.
You're pickpocketing him?
That's a 15 to pickpocket from Kevin.
I'll say that succeeds against your own homunculus.
So, I got my ring.
quick move.
I'll fill this back up. By the way, anybody who did not drink those potions that I gave to you, once
They're
I
gone.
fall asleep, they're not going to be there.
You bitch.
I can make more tomorrow.
I can make him tonight.
Potions?
Bubbling Cauldron. Anyone who still had the greater healing potion that Reginald had, it goes away. We get 5 new greater healing potions, because I think I drank mine.
I actually didn't on mine.
Well,
I have mine written down.
You look down and it's vanished, so you have to grab a new one.
Okay. I'll grab another one.
You see, like, inside there's, like, ASMR sort of drinking at the bar, and there's like a holy sort of strange 4-armed man at the bar, behind the bar, tending to patrons and cleaning glasses with 2 of his hands. Sorry, I was looking at the Dungeon Master's
So how
guide in
many
preparation
hands?
for what comes next. He's got 4 arms, 4 hands.
Does the diva kind of just like point where we need to go, or did he lead us to this town?
He led you to this space and then flew off.
Okay. Well, guys, I think he's trying to tell us to go and sleep at this tavern.
Potentially.
Thank you, diva.
It's free.
It's free. This one's on the house.
I'll go inside the bar.
I'll go inside there as well.
You guys step in, and the bartender goes, welcome to the cliffside hammock.
That's nice. Do you have any else jizz?
Not here. No, sorry. Just some alcoholic drinks. The laws are pretty strict here in Mount Celestia, unfortunately. So.
Well, I'm running low. Well, I'm running low.
We
so
have
they
we have
need-
smoking and non-smoking rooms.
Oh, okay. Where's the smoking room?
There's your key
Thank you.
on the left side. You hear in your mind. Not that there's any word in Mount Celestia. You hear in your mind. 6 doors down on the left side.
Gotcha.
Just like a
I'm just gonna kind of nod.
added feature. I don't know.
Nod at him.
That's great. Okay. The rest of you sort of gather up. You can get a couple rooms, or I'll try to fit into one. Whatever's fine.
Question.
Oh, I dropped something.
You said that we have, or I don't know if it's just Reginald and I have a component pouch for at least one spell.
No, remember, we talked about it in the
right.
10-year break.
Right. We had gotten enough materials.
Everyone is at least equipped to cast their expensive material components that are expended once.
So this is completely up to you because it's not in the new 2024 D&D Dungeon Master's Guide that we're not getting sponsored for. It's not in there. It's in the Griffin satchel bag.
Griffin saddle
thing,
bag?
But I can make potions that are uncommon, or what is it? Is it uncommon or common and lower?
I think it was uncommon and lower.
Okay.
Yeah, common and uncommon for you have
Right.
reduced time, I think.
So, is it possible to make one of those potions to give me 2 reactions? Where did we put that box?
No, with the Griffin.
Yeah.
It's in my room.
Okay. Just in case we needed it. It's DM discretion right now.
There you go.
They do have an uncommon version. I believe they have a common and an uncommon, but because I don't want to break the game, I would only make uncommon.
There's a feature here.
If I could make a common, that would be broken. Bigger than crap. Just because of the type of potion it is. That would give me 4 instead of 2.
Okay, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna look at.
Tasha's is right there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the new PHB.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a ranger. I'm gonna look at the section on alchemist supplies. See what it says there. Because even though we're not sponsored by these guys in any way, and we're not getting any money from them, I like to sort of explore these rules as an opportunity here. Oh, this is feats. I need items.
Where is that box? So I can show him what I'm wanting to make.
I'll go get it.
I don't know. I don't even know which section it's in, but I know it's in there, in the potion section. I know that. Does that count?
I'm not looking for crafting.
Sorry, everybody. We got a little bit of downtime, so I'm trying to see if there's something I can do. Isla, do you have anything you want to do at the bar, or you just want to go drink?
I'm just gonna
I'm gonna go get drink.
drunk.
I'm gonna go get drink.
Get curling, motherfucker.
Get drunk up in this motherfucker. Hey, drinks are free here. We're the legends.
We are.
Okay, this specifies how long and how expensive a potion of healing is. That's equivalent to like a level 1 spell. Let me look up the rarity
Is
a
it
regular potion of healing.
is it in the alchemist part in Tasha's?
Which one?
The potion thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Common. Okay, so if we're talking about crafting a common consumable, we're talking about 25 gold pieces and about 8 hours work.
Okay.
What is the rarity
It's uncommon.
on that guy? Uncommon. So if I'm looking at spell
used
scroll
to
level
know where this
2 is uncommon. 2 or 3 are uncommon.
Yeah.
So that'll inform sort of my information about trying to craft one of these. Did you find it?
Get to everybody else real quick. See what they want to do at the bar.
Is there anything that you guys want to do with your downtime?
I just want to play music.
You can order some drinks here, play some music.
Mm-hmm.
There looks to be sort of like a stage, like a small stage on one side of this inn that has as you're coming in, musician is sort of finishing a round, and then he stops, gets off the stage, picks up a hat, and sits by the bar. So it just looks like almost karaoke-esque. You can just
Go up.
start playing here.
Okay.
Okay, here it is. It is a common.
It is a common.
But let me
Okay.
see if they have. I could have swore they had an uncommon. Hey, I don't know what this is, but you could throw this at them and see if it'll fuck them up. What? Stupid animals. That kind of looks a little fun.
Weird. Okay. For a normal potion brewer, I'd say you're looking at about 75 gold and 2 work days of effort to make one of these.
Okay.
I'll let Pyro do it in 8 hours.
Okay.
But it is going to be 75 gold to craft one of these yourself.
Right.
Which is less than a second level spell scroll, if that makes sense.
Right.
But more than a potion.
I'm keeping that in my thing.
A bloody Merilith is what it's called, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell me the ingredients I need though, which is kind of sucks. You'll have to give me some stuff to be able to find to be able to make these.
Get back to me on that.
But for now, I
That'd
have
be fine.
the materials. For now.
You can make one without any issue.
Right.
So, you're going to take 8 hours of your day. Pyro in particular needs 6 hours to rest, I believe, as
Yes.
a Warforged.
That's correct.
Sentry mode. Reginald sort of steps into the room with Pyro, I guess.
I'm over there crafting.
He's just crafted his. He's
Hey.
just finished his
I'm over there doing this.
last 6th level.
You're not supposed to do this over an open flame. Okay. Pyro, wait, that's gonna blow. Nah, I'm alright. Start over. Nexus, you know you're in my spots, right?
He's asleep. He said he don't care. Sorry to break the news to you. I speak cat, and he's
I see.
pissed off that you're trying to move him.
I'll make sure we can like telepathic bond tomorrow. It should be fine.
Okay. Speaking of which, is there any spells you want me to prepare in the morning, Reginald?
I was thinking you've got that nice ring of free action, but I can't do that sort of stuff. Do you want to maybe leave off my death ward for a day and give me freedom of movement when we might need it?
Yeah, I can do that.
Could be interesting.
I can do that because
I help with caving too. I don't know.
Yeah, and you can't be paralyzed. I guess I could give you the ring of free action.
No, I'm saying freedom of movement. The spell. It's the same level as death ward.
Oh, I just take it.
Mm-hmm. It grants essentially the same thing as your ring.
Right. I have death ward automatically prepared.
Right.
Yeah. What would you like me to take out? Because you said it's a.
That's a fourth level.
It's a fourth level.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You could
I
skip
could
my death
take
ward.
out. I can take out summon construct. I haven't used that.
Oh yeah, you don't need that every day. If you have Big Sand especially, that's a concentration.
Yeah. I'll just take out summon construct and add freedom.
Freedom of movement.
Oh, speaking of which, Reginald.
I was gonna say, like I said, you can mark your long rests as a part of this, because we have a little downtime.
Hey,
It's safe in here.
you should be able to have more use out of this than me. But if you can, make me one too.
What
I
is
found
it?
it on Fake Vecna.
Wait. Is this? Oh yeah, we need we need some hours, right?
We do. Speaking of which, is there any potion you would like tomorrow?
You can give it to our friends.
Okay.
Yeah, we could like if you put this if you put a force gauge down on this.
That's so mean.
I'm gonna put it in my book right now.
Right. Guess what? You can't go anywhere, so every turn. Sorry. Yeah, every turn.
That strategy is known in optimization circles as the microwave.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Guess what, Reginald? Combo. Wow.
Yeah! Okay, I want to look at this.
That's what I'm gonna do for the night. Do you have anything else you need me to do for you, Reginald? Or are you gonna take your time to go put that spell in your spell list?
Where's that thing? Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, this will take me 8 hours.
It will. Do you need 8 hours of rest or 6?
8.
Sorry.
16 is not too bad.
Alright, well, I'm gonna finish up making this potion that I concocted. And then Kevin, you don't need sleep, you little bastard. Keep writing! Keep writing, Kevin.
I've got plenty of scribing materials. You watch as he pulls out a calligrapher's kit, and his spellbook, his arcane grimoire, and begins to. By the way, I gotta remember that when I do that short rest thing and recover spell slots, I get an extra spell slot from that book.
Okay,
Just
cool.
one, but it's one
Right.
extra.
As you're looking at me with your cartographer's tools, you see me over there with my alchemist supplies, just
Right.
making this orangish red potion that seems to have the orangish red swirl throughout it with a small few green leaves in the top.
So Reginald takes the scroll that you had and piece by piece meticulously uses like these really fine inks to scribe the exact replica of that scroll onto his book. And when he's finished after like 8 hours of work and then he's gonna take his rest, he like scribes a note at the bottom and like strikes it with his hand. Perfect.
Perfect.
And then you watch as the scroll burns up in flame and is gone.
When you say perfect, so you're still in the room with me, right?
Mhm.
So as you say perfect, you hear poof! Nope, it's not, just a false alarm. Sorry, I put the wrong chemical in there. Sorry. We're good. I got it right this time.
You
We're
watch
good.
as the vial of yours finishes, there's like a puff of smoke, and then
That's great. Do you want to get to these two in the bar? I have a lot of notes to write down.
right. You were playing music.
Yeah. I rolled my d20 if it meant anything.
A performance?
Yeah,
Okay.
for a performance, I rolled a 37.
Wow.
I mean a 35.
35.
Yeah, 35. Not 37. That would have been crazy. No, wait. It is 37. I rolled an 18 plus 19. I mean, 19 plus 18.
I'll say that you earn twice that in gold, just as the people here really like your music. You sit down a little.
Isla wants to challenge someone to a drinking competition.
Okay.
I'll put 500 gold on the table.
You want to bet 500
So they
gold?
can outdrink someone.
You can do it, Isla. I'm not there, but I would bet on you. If I
The
was there.
people look at you and are like, "We don't have that much to bet against you." Sheesh.
Bet your firstborn.
Give me your first time.
I could put 100 on the table.
Okay.
This guy's already sort of swaying. Gotta warn you, I got angelic blood.
Okay. What type of checks am I making?
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. And I'm gonna roll 2. What's your bonus?
11.
Okay. I'm gonna roll and add +8.
He's already drunk.
He's a sturdy guy.
Um,
Total of 13.
23.
Okay. So you watch as the first sort of round of drinks come through. You get avid bar patrons sort of paying for your rounds as these like big mugs of this like really, really clear beer come through. I know it's not Rocky's favorite, but Isla.
What?
I hate beer.
Oh.
And both of you guys get it down, but you watch as he's starting to sway a little bit more, and you feel confident. Go ahead and roll again. Oh wait, this guy is on his last legs. He's dead. He's done. That time, I rolled a 22.
I rolled a 23 again.
You rolled a 23 again?
As well.
Okay, I was gonna say best 2 out of 3 in this case. So you watch as a second round comes in, and it's a bunch of wines, like reds, whites, some like bubbly ones, a whole bunch of them. And as this guy gets like to he finishes his 4th glass of wine and starts to sip a 5th. And then he falls backwards out of the bench he's sitting on, and the glass shatters behind you. Or it'd be in front of you, but behind him, right? As everyone cheers for you, and you walk out 100 gold richer.
Woo!
I gotta stop being so nice to these guys.
Right?
Do you guys take your rests?
Yeah.
Great. So in order for this to get done with the scroll scribing, a culmination of 16 hours will have passed. As you guys sort of regroup at the end, you can see Reginald is the last to join you at a table in this tavern. Pyro, about 2 hours ago, has finished his brewing potion. Or, sorry, you did that and then went to sleep.
Yeah.
So you woke up about 2 hours ago from your sentry mode and found Reginald still tired. You guys take the time to regroup and get ready. I have to make a couple minor changes on the spell list.
You
real
saying
quick.
that Isla did win that drinking contest? I'm gonna put that in here.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna swap out minor illusion for mending,
Okay.
just for the moment, in case I need to help them again. I can't help it. He's a sucker.
Right.
He's a sucker for that. And then, of course, I haven't had much time to use it, so we're gonna unprepare fly
Okay.
for the day.
I haven't got to use absorb elements yet, which I'm really, probably because I've been using all the other crap.
And let's throw Sickening Radiance on there. That'll be interesting. I think also
You just
Bubbling
wanted,
Cauldron will end.
you just wanted me to take the freedom of movement, right?
Right.
Gizmo, get down. Gizmo.
Oh, and then I need to remove Time
Damn.
Stop. I
Good
don't
boy,
need that one.
Gizmo.
Okay,
You
in a
listen.
pinch, I don't have Meteor Storm prepared today, but in a pinch, I'll shape change into something massive.
Oh, here, Reginald. So, this right here, I can't change my cantrips,
Rest features.
but
Here, a feature of the wizard is specifically that he can change his cantrips once each long rest. That's a new feature that was introduced originally in Tasha's option.
obviously I think my first levels are solid.
Yeah, for sure.
Second, see invisibility, we haven't used it yet, but I definitely think it's going to come in
I think it'll be helpful.
clutch.
I kept mine up too. See?
Yeah. Do you,
Oh, and then I can change one last thing. Hold on.
Also, do you want me to, I'm going to keep hold person.
Actually, for this, these are my spell mastery. They don't show up on my spell list for some reason in 2024.
Okay.
But I think I am going to keep enhance ability for the time being,
Okay.
so that I have. Actually, no. I will switch it back to Vortex Warp because I like Vortex Warp as well.
Do you have Dispel Magic or Detect Magic?
I have Dispel Magic, not Detect Magic prepared.
Okay, I have Dispel Magic prepared.
This is what my third levels look like.
Okay. It's
And
not
then
too
I
much
can-
different.
Oh, do we need catnap? You think? I'll hold on to it for the time being.
Well, hang on.
Oh no, I wanted to change out a third level spell. I know what I want to change it to. Sorry.
Just for us going forward, I think, Reginald, I think that the catnap should stay, just in case we run into another situation, like when we had to regroup. Just in case you may need to gain some spell slots back.
I know a few words in Abyssal that I picked up in my time there. Yeah, I can unprepare tongues instead, and I'll keep the catnap.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to use it anyway.
Alright. Does anybody else here know Abyssal?
Yes.
Isla?
I could only mimic it. That's my
I
limitation.
can't understand it. I only know Common, Dwarven, and Primordial.
I know Abyssal.
You know Abyssal?
Mm-hmm.
And you said you do? Or no?
I know Draconic and Common, but
I know Celestial, Common, Primordial, and Thieves can't.
I can mimic a lot.
Okay.
I'm pretty well trapped.
You're lucky you're cute.
So he's got a memorized spell now. His arcane recovery's back.
Cute.
I've changed his spell mastery, and the signature spells are still what they were. Yeah.
Ah. Now I remember the question I wanted to. Oh, yeah, I already asked that question. My bad. My bad. We decided, or did we decide on going to the cave first or going to find Oh Boy? Did we decide on that?
Probably go shopping.
Yeah, let's go to the merchant. I need to sell something. It might even help. Heck, some of the stuff that I have might even help us get the unholy water in the trade. You don't want this necromantic spell focus, do you?
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I was kind of looking at this this flower. I pull out the time stop flower.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of does the same thing, but the opposite. Do you have the focus out in your hand?
Yeah.
The flower gets closer to it, and you watch as the flower starts to like physically be repelled by the necromantic sort of focus.
Interesting.
I don't. That's attuned to the negative plane, but this one might be sort of positive plane adjacent. If
I
that
don't
makes
think
sense.
negative's gonna affect me too much.
Honestly,
Don't
maybe
worry.
we can make holy water with that.
Oh, we might. Hang on. I'm gonna go over to one of the cups of water and be like, do you have any kind of, Hey, wait, hang on. I imagine the people in here would be either divas or divas, planars in the bar.
There's some like ASMR, but there are some celestials in there as well. You're not sure what the bartender is.
Hey, well, I'll ask the bartender, do you have a ceremony scroll handy?
Not myself, but I certainly could find one in one of the shops in town.
Alright. Do you have a glass of water?
Yes, of course.
I will take the glass of water and proceed outside. Does anybody want to come with me? I'm just going to go up to the castle where we met Serenity. I'm sure they'll give us one.
Okay.
Would you like to come, Reginald?
Sure.
Jordy? Isla?
Sure.
Thank you, barkeep. I know they said everything's free, but everybody needs a tip. There's 10 gold.
Thank you.
If you even use money here. But, so, with that being said, we'll go outside. I'm going to proceed to the upper castle.
A gesture of charity is valuable.
I try.
Reginald
I
sort of
always- I
long
always
striders
do.
everyone and follows you, zipping up.
I look back at the barkeep and I go, I always do the right thing. Right, guys?
Sure.
Sure.
Right.
We're just gonna go with that. What he said.
I'm gonna swap.
So once we go out, I'm assuming, I'm not saying I'm leading, I'm just saying we're walking up there, but I'm assuming I would be up front with the glass of water.
Sure.
And so once I walk in the door, I'm gonna go to the registry. I'm just playing, I had to throw that one in there. Anyway, I will, do you want to have Diva fly in and say hello, what can I help you with?
I'll say in the moment there's like a solar warrior that descends and approaches. Sort of like bald head, kind of reddish skin. What do you need, legends?
Is there any way you could cast ceremony on this water for me?
Indeed, I could create holy water through a process.
We need unholy water.
We'll take the unholy water. Or the holy water, I mean.
You would seek a ceremony done. Okay. It will take. Pulls out a scroll. But an hour.
Okay. Hold it there for an hour. You guys want to do anything for an hour? I gotta do this. Or actually, hang on. Can I set the water down and let him cast it on it?
I mean, yeah.
'Cause the only reason I'm asking is I'm getting ready to do something for the party. So, since it takes an hour, I'm going to set it down for him to cast the ceremony on. Alright, you guys, I can make 3 potions a day. What kind would you guys like today? I can make them without expanding spell slots, 3 of them for free. Is there anything that I could interest anybody in? Reginald, would you like a flight, swiftness, healing, resilience, boldness, or transformation potion?
Resilience or boldness?
It's your choice.
Resilience is time?
Alright. Here you go, as I toss it to you. Isla, is there a type of potion you would like me to make you?
No,
No?
I'm good.
Okay.
Just another potion of healing.
You want another potion of healing? Alright. Mine are 2d4 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the 2d6 plus 6 for the temporary hit points. Sorry, Shorty, you're not here to say. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself a boldness potion.
Wait, did I say resilience today?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
wrote down the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, I need to erase my things because I got my spell slots now. I wish they had a better system right here than erasing all of the marks right there. But it works. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna expand this spell slot. Hey guys! I don't know about you, but look, my Staff of Ox is glowing again.
Hmm.
And my Disintegrate has looks like it has a couple more charges on it now. Oh! Come on, baby, don't fail me.
My pearl power's black. Back. My staff of light's the same.
14. 14 works. That gives me another bag. Not only does it give me another bag, but I also have that would be four extra.
Over the course of your hour, you conjure these potions, take some downtime,
My mom bag gets a little bit bigger.
right? And the Solar finishes the casting of the spell. The scroll in his hands just sort of flashes white and is gone. And the water looks the same. But he goes, I have completed the ceremony.
Alright, so that's it. The water.
Holy water, I have created it, yes. I can do something really stupid
Oh, wait,
here.
hang on. Wait, check this out. Hang on. He goes, okay, takes some of his wrappings.
I can do something stupid here. You watch as the holy water is repelled and repulsed by this necromantic focus to such an extent that you put it in the glass and all the water immediately comes out of the glass and doesn't touch the object that you put in it.
I control water.
I think you can do shape water if I remember right.
I can.
So
I figured since
you're
she- I
you're a
figured
god of the
since
waves,
she
so
was the
yes,
god, she could
you can do
just
that. But
Make this water touch.
okay, because you're asking Isla to do this as well, I want both of you right now to make me intelligence ability checks using your intelligence and your proficiency bonus. Especially it's a spell attack roll, but it's an ability check.
Natural 18 plus 18 is 36.
I
don't
rolled
think
a
it's 18. It would be your intelligence plus your proficiency, not the same.
Oh.
It'd be
What
plus
am I
like 13,
rolling,
like
Logan?
investigation.
Okay, so
Add your intelligence and your proficiency bonus.
sorry. Still
20.
31. Oh, I need to erase that too. I got my.
Your
luck point.
proficiency?
35.
That shouldn't be possible. What's your intelligence?
12.
No, not.
The
Oh.
plus.
If you're proficient in
four.
intelligence saves,
27.
it wouldn't be your rings of protection, but 25 is the DC, is what I said.
And I
So
made it
both of
somehow.
you, in this instance, succeed. So where you've taken holy water, and the Solar looks and says, if you had sought this, I simply could have used the focus during the ceremony, but you appear to have accomplished your goal. I must ask you to leave
This
now.
was much more fun.
The water gushes back into the glass through Isla's magic, and the necromantic focus sort of glows green. Not enough to destroy it like what Vecna did, but it seems to be exerting some sort of power.
Now here's an even better question. How many vials can I fill up with that?
I'll say 4. Yeah. Technically, the ceremony spell creates a vial of holy water, but I'm willing to say, in this instance, yeah, 4. Sure. 4 vials of unholy water. Regardless.
Alright, I have that written down now.
Great, well, I definitely didn't need to worry about the pricing of a ceremony scroll.
Hey guys, we don't need to go find that merchant anymore.
Woo!
Alright, so
Cut out the middleman.
it's been a pleasure.
Oh, please don't touch me with that.
As all the death wrappings are hanging off.
Right.
No, I'm okay. Hey, do you have any kind of scroll as like an you remember when Simon used that fresh cut grass thing?
What?
Remember on D&D everyone was like, you smell it? It's fresh cut grass.
Oh, the smell
Yeah.
illusion?
I want you to make me smell like cotton candy.
No.
Or actually, hang
I
on.
could-
What's that pink stuff that you chew in your mouth? Make me
Gum?
smell like that.
Bubble gum. You sly bastard.
I could cast a miracle upon you and cure your wounds or instill you with divine heroism. You want to smell different?
I'm gonna. So you're actually the Solar, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna have Pyro act this out. He's gonna be like, "Look, buddy. Look, buddy. You see my friends over here? They really have to smell that. Okay,
Right.
so I might need to smell better for them. You know, just because they need it."
I will ask my god
As
for
you
divine
step back.
intervention to alleviate you of this fear.
Yeah.
Please, goddess, avail me of this. You watch as, like, actual angelic choruses start harmonizing in the background as light descends upon Pyro from nowhere, and
What the fuck?
a miracle occurs by the wrath of serenity.
What the fuck?
The wrath of Serenity.
What's
That's
going
funny.
on?
It's her power. I'm sorry, not her wrath. She's a pacifist.
I'm not allowed in heaven. What?
And he smells a little different.
I smell like bubblegum now.
It's like the bubble gum that you smell at a kid's dentist office.
It's still
It's
pretty
better than
bad.
death. It's better than smelling like death.
But you're still stinky.
Mm-mm.
Because it used to
I smell good now.
You smell like bubblegum you find at a dentist office.
Yeah.
It still ain't
Oh.
smelling
I
good.
smell good now, though.
Dude, I had
guys.
braces, so I had to do the fucking mouth mold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The alginate.
Alright, so we
Suppose we're
got
done.
unholy water now. You guys, I will say this, whenever we get back, we should probably get together so we can plane ship back to the Autumn Court.
I'm gonna say we can go.
Everybody ready to go now?
Yep.
We should
Alright,
hold hands.
everybody. Hold hands, everybody!
Don't forget the dog.
Kevin! Kevin!
So once again,
Gosh dang it, Kevin, if you don't, put the book down.
the
Alright now.
the tuning fork that Reginald has in his inventory is pulled out, and it begins to make a sort of discordant, dissonant, harmonic frequency as it sort of grows in volume and tone. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
It freaks cats out. Sorry.
It freaks out Tacoma too. He's like, what the fuck?
Pets don't like it. Yeah. He's out as each of you feel that sort of like radiant rushing. I love being able to flavor my wizard like a god. And you vanish from this place to return to the Autumn Court.
Yay.
I marked a 7th level. Thanks for your patience. For our last leg of this journey tonight, the legends return after about 17 hours
17, yep.
in the
Plain of Mount Celestia.
Thank you, Plain of Mount Celestia. Words are great. I love words. There's so many words.
Don't we all love words?
Communication is a joy every day. As you have elected to avoid the Merchant King for the time being, our 5 legends, not to exclude Journey or any of our familiar companions, travel. I presume you've spoken with the Archfey, so we can just set out from here.
The last we left off, Farragonda, the Archfey of the Autumn Court, told us that there were caves about a mile away from the city that led down to the Fey Dark, and there we could find the BibberBang mushrooms that we needed.
So in this case, with having a ranger with a passive survival of 30, right, effectively, it is going to sort of mitigate that
Hour travel.
Right. You guys get there within the hour to about the place that you surmise we've come upon, and it will be actually delving into the cavern system that will consist of the skill challenge here.
Okay.
So, as we've acquired 3 of the 4 ingredients for this immunization brew, as it were, you group together, and I really could have adjusted the board here for this, but we're watching this play out from the Archfey's perspective. We're back.
We don't necessarily have another battle encounter, right?
Right. This is
So
just
this is-
a thing here that I guess could feature like a
Small battle.
layout. No, like a layout.
Oh, a layout.
It's-
Okay.
The challenge here is going to be climbing deep far enough into this chamber to, I guess, warrant the thing. So Reginald hasn't taken the time. He had the scroll, so he hasn't had the time. I guess he could have used the hour from the casting of ceremony to cast his Find Familiar.
Okay.
I'm being a little lenient about time there because he said he was going to do it, and then
Yes.
he got distracted. Reginald is not as easily distracted as I am.
Same here with Pyro.
So we said it earlier, and there was an hour there. So we'll go ahead and say that 25 gold spent. And obviously he would have had tons of this incense prepared. Anyway, as a 20th level wizard, the Find Familiar is done, and I think a bat is definitely the most advantageous here. It's going to have the blind sense. It's going to have affinity for caving, and it is tiny.
Yes.
I like the owl, but I think the bat is going to be best. So
Probably.
Reginald sort of looks out. I've been trying to stew up the plan in the back of my head while I was working on that scroll. Oh, I got some sick tricks, by the way, guys. If we take this caving system down, who knows how far it could be before we actually get near the Fey Dark. I could send my familiar partway in, and then maybe... Oh, I didn't prepare Dimension Door today. Shoot. I could get a short rest in and prepare Dimension Door on the fly. We could teleport in. If I could... We're all taller than Shorty is the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We sort of all
Look,
pull at once, or
look at
look at
Shorty.
once, and there's Shorty sitting on his dog. I'm a pretty good climber.
Yeah. Well, the dog has a climb speed.
I've been caving before. I don't know if Journey should come.
Oh, you want Journey to stay at the mouth of the cave?
Maybe with you guys?
You want me to leave Kevin here too?
Well, Reginald says, unless I'm teleporting, I would have, I can only bring one person.
Right.
So I was thinking I could bring him down there. He could do the trimmings, and then he could come back to me, and we could teleport back to you.
Okay.
We could try going in all at once. If I use teleport, it could get weird.
I can squeeze through tight spaces.
You don't have teleport prepared.
I do have teleportation prepared.
Can you?
Yeah, that's part of my racist thing. I could squeeze through spaces a foot thick.
Part of your racist?
Were you talking about the spell or
in 2024, not
His species, one of his species perks is he can squeeze through spaces a foot thick. Without it being like
Well,
difficult
technically,
terrain.
if that's the case, I can send Kevin with Shorty and him.
Okay. What about this? Reginald says, we've both got teleportation prepared. You and Shorty are going to be better at squeezing through tight caverns. So, what if I get you down there with my familiar, and then you guys sort of keep going until you can find some BibberBang.
Okie dokie.
You just come back to me, and then we all teleport out.
Mm-hmm.
It could be you, Shorty, and Kevin. If
Do Isla and I need to go in there?
the other thing I'll say is, Journey isn't the only form that his beast can take.
Right.
So, if we did want to mix it up, I don't know if he's able to adjust it once per day or on a long rest. Hey, I turned into Beastmaster.
Nice.
Whenever you finish a long rest, you can summon a different primal beast.
So which one should we have him take?
The beast of the land is medium, the beast of the sea is medium, but the beast of the sky is small. It has flyby,
Okay.
and its dex is a +3.
Okay.
So,
Would it be more beneficial?
the beast of the sky could
Actually,
could do the help action for.
I do have a question though.
Hmm.
And this is a realistic question for Shorty's character.
Okay.
Would he have actually thought we're going to go into a cavern and I should make it small? Because we didn't prepare to go. We prepared to go into a cave, but not necessarily crevices.
Right. We knew about the caving beforehand,
Right.
but I don't know if it would have been a matter of convincing Shorty before the rest had finished.
You want to roll percentage?
Yeah, let's...
Call highs or lows.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll percentage behind this screen, and it's
Okay.
gonna determine highs or lows.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to match me.
Oh, God.
Okay? So I'm gonna roll like
That's
this.
or above.
Now you roll a D100. I rolled low.
I rolled 78.
So he's got a medium beast with him.
Okay. Well, sorry guys, we tried. Okay, now my question is Pyro saying out to the group, do Isla and I really need to go if you guys are just gonna run down there and grab them?
How about we take 10 minutes here while I send my familiar down, and I'll cast telepathic bond on all of us. So for the next hour, even if we're separated, we can still talk.
Okay.
So we'll leave you guys here with the end goal of one of us teleporting back to you,
Alright, sounds good.
and you'll hold on to Journey.
Okay. Isla, you and
Unless I
and
can find a really big space.
You, I, and Journey are gonna stay down here. Do you want me to send Kevin with you in case you need healing?
I was gonna say, would it make more sense for Journey and I to stick together
His meeting.
if I can find a big enough cavern with my magic?
Yes. Yes, it would.
So Reginald's gonna. He's a practiced spellcaster. He's going to use his. I think it's a bonus action in 2024 to look into his familiar's eyes, and at the same time, he's going to begin concentrating on a ritual spell that he's just able to cast, and sort of the pieces fall into place before him over the course of the 10 minutes. So the bat begins flying away, and I'm going to roll. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm going to roll a bat check. I'm going to roll a dexterity check with proficiency because he's a bat. So keep this in mind. He's got a 30-foot fly speed, 40 with long strider. It's interesting. Because I'm doing the ritual, I couldn't have done the enhance ability, which I think I changed out anyway. It's fine. Alright, what's the DC on this?
Are you wanting us to?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just thinking of it.
Oh, you know, it's my little Max's kitty. Leafy Waller.
Max
So-
says I want to kidnap your mother.
That is a failure
Oh.
on the roll. The bat begins to descend down the cavern, and over the course of 10 minutes gets to a decently deep chunk of stone and finds a dead end. Essentially, that's what we realize as the telepathic bond finishes, and each of us have the next hour to sort of
Figure
move in
out.
here. So essentially the bat's going to have to backtrack a ways, and then
Can he have tell him to on the way back to look for something else too? Maybe he'll find it this time.
I think this time I want to specify the bat's going to try and search for echoes.
Can I say something to Reginald before our telepathic bond breaks?
No, it's
Or-
just begun.
It's just begun.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you telling us out loud, or do we know what your familiar is seeing?
as Reginald completes his spell, he sort of explains what he's been seeing for the last few minutes, and then begins to start recounting the current things that are happening within your minds, if that makes sense. So the backtracking a ways is Reginald retelling, like, basically, like,
The only
30
thing
by 30.
The only thing I
You know
was
what I
going to
mean?
say to Reginald is say, hey,
Or 40 by
since
40.
he got to that dead end, see if there's another route.
Right. This time, I'm going to make it a wisdom, which is
Can
not
I
as
guidance
high.
you? Does it work that way?
Guidance is tricky because it's touch, right?
Yeah,
Um,
but it's through your spell.
I would say in this instance, guidance wouldn't work.
Wait
But
a
if
second.
we wanted to
Hang on.
bardic inspiration,
What
I
if,
would allow it.
What if my body starts to glow purple and I touch your shoulder and give you guidance of the god?
Okay,
Sorry,
here's
it's only a D4 instead of a D12, so I was, you know.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, let's see, can I grab the corresponding die here?
D4.
It's a D4 and it's a matching set. So, what's going to happen here is you're going to find that the limitation on this is that you can't add to it again.
Right.
Is, your
Feel like-
flash of genius is not going to work here.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't do it anyway because the familiar is too far away.
By the way, Puppet, did you include us in that performance while we rested?
Yes.
So we'll keep that in mind for future use. The familiar can't use it, but I, as Reginald, have heroic inspiration.
Okay.
So
I didn't even
Okay.
use mine.
I rolled a 16.
Total.
Yes.
Is that what you wanted?
The DC was 15. So I wanted to give the bat a chance because it's a bat familiar.
Right.
I'll say that as I think I named it Scanlan, if I remember from our
Oh,
last
yeah.
campaign. As my familiar Scanlan travels deeper into the caves, you realize that it's just kind of getting used to being a bat and echolocating and having blind sight. It's not. It's been an owl for a while. If that makes
It's not
sense. You
used
know,
to
it's
this
it's
form.
it's getting warmed up.
Right.
So the roll as as the bat begins to descend deeper, it's about halfway into our telepathic bond that it that Scanlan, he, I guess, enters a cavern that is brilliant even from like a bat's echolocating perception senses. There's something about the like stalactites in this space that has like a brilliance to it, that there's like a weird reverence that the familiar can't exactly understand, that Reginald is sort of trying to convey to you guys through the limitations of this bond and the communication. But what essentially you realize is that the bat has entered into a cavern that is large enough for some of us to fit in.
Okay.
So Reginald sort of looks about at Shorty, at Puppet, and at Kevin, and says, "That's our cue. Everyone else, not within 10 feet, please." So I have it marked on D&D Beyond at the moment. Second, 7th level spell slot, or a teleport.
Right.
Because he's looking right at it,
Yeah.
You realize that at all this time, Reginald has been looking around, like for the last 40 minutes, he hasn't been able to see it all.
Yeah.
He's just been concentrating on this sense. And if he lost it, he wouldn't be able to get it back at this range. But I believe the way the Find Familiar spell is worded that you can look into and perceive it as long as it starts within that radius. I don't think it forces an end at that point, is my understanding. So, Reginald, through seeing this location in far off, is able to just accurately teleport all of you into it. Do any of you have any sources of light? I know it's not going to slow Puppet down, but
I got goggles tonight.
this would be just Kevin at the moment. Although, can you look
Kevin's
into
got-
Kevin's senses?
I don't believe I can see through his senses, but I do know he has dark vision, I believe.
I know you can use his reaction to cast a spell through him.
Within 120 foot.
Right, obviously. This is farther than that, but, oh well.
Oh, Kevin can't go without me.
No, that's only if it's trying to use that
Okay.
reaction.
He has dark vision. That's what he's got, dark vision.
Yeah, no, I was looking down here to see if it says anything. But no, it'll take the dodge action.
Right.
Yeah. It knows what it's trying to do. And I admit it.
Right.
So, at this moment, Reginald and Scanlan reunite, and he sort of banishes the familiar to a celestial demiplane. You notice now that, his familiar is a celestial, where it was Fae before.
Huh, okay.
Sort of a different spirit, but still ain't Scanlan. Or maybe it changed with him.
Well, maybe.
So,
Do you, when you guys get there, I know you said it's like stalactited. Do you guys see any mushrooms?
no mushrooms at the moment. This is like a cavern in the middle of a cave system that happens to be like,
A middle point.
yeah, sort of hollowed out, and you can see that there's a lot of like long growing sort of crystal formations that not only are on the ceiling but also coming up on the floor as well. They're not quite meeting halfway, but there's a ton of these like crystal-like sort of geometric stalactites and stalagmites that are just grown through long course of time, and indeed there's the sound of like the slow dripping of water coming from certain areas around
Does he need to teleport to get us?
So now what's going to happen is Reginald is going to stay here, and the smaller group is going to continue forward.
Okay.
So Reginald is just going to keep his familiar on hand for the moment, but let's see, what is this one? That's nice, right? Oh, yes. You have to traverse deeper into this cave system to find what you're looking for. You gather that you've traveled hundreds of feet with this teleportation spell, but what you're looking for is supposed to be on the edges of the Feydark. So, as you travel down here, go ahead and the one who has the highest survival check
Probably.
is going to make a roll.
Probably short.
It's Shorty. We know it is. But
His
would
wisdom
you
is a 5.
would you like to do anything to help him here?
He's got a plus 11 because it was his proficiency and modifier.
If-
That's
I
11.
can't help him with that. I ain't proficient
No,
with
he's expert at it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the way his math worked out, he's getting a bonus from a previous campaign. Because he said it was plus 20 before, and I
My
believe
survival is a 9.
I'm not there.
that's the difference of this ranger. So, you can't help him with the action, but you could inspire him if you'd like to. You only spent one so far today,
You want
right?
me to roll?
On
And I got a long rest.
no, sorry, you didn't spend it because Reginald was guided instead. So I'm just grading this on a grade. So roll and tell me what the total is. If you're adding plus 20 to the d20 roll,
That's 13,
The 33.
33.
33 is very good. I told you I'm grading on a gradient here. So as Shorty and Puppet and Kevin begin the first stage of this journey, they have to begin to crawl at sort of a steep angle. They quickly reach a section of the cave where they have no other choice but to. It's like a 45, maybe like 50-degree angle, not in your favor, and you you have the choice of either attempting to crawl down it face first, or to go legs first and crawl down without being able to see what's beneath you. What do you do?
Kevin's gonna hover.
Yeah, Kevin can fly, so he's smaller than the two of them, and he's not gonna have a problem.
I'm
But
just gonna. Can Kevin go ahead and take the lead down?
I mean, I have 360 vision with my robe.
The only reason I'm saying that is because
That is
he can hover while you guys
Use
kind
this
of have to
insightful.
do this and get down there. He can let you know what's coming if there's anything happening.
Sure.
So we'll go ahead and have Kevin hover because I'm assuming because of their climb, like you said, it's not in their favor.
All right, it's a steep angle.
Kevin can hover, so he's not hindered
Mm-hmm.
by the terrain. So I'll have Kevin hover down.
All right, and then
I moved
Uh,
Venom.
which way would you say that Shorty is then going to take sort of a descending climb sort of
Yeah.
position? Okay, he's got a climb speed, so he can move pretty skillfully down this way. And because, honestly, Puppet, because you have that foot gap thing, it's making the difference because this space is just a little not quite that thin, but the space is tight on you in a way that's like, okay, you can move through here sort of any way you
Easier.
like, and it's at least at this moment you're kind of using all of your limbs to move yourself forward rather than climbing through a cave that could drop. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you let go, you might start sliding, but at the moment, just moving down this cave, it's tight enough that you're just arms and legs sharing all the weight.
What does Kevin see?
So as Kevin descends down, and what was the sight on the
60.
homunculus? Dark vision?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's 60-foot dark vision, and then Puppet has true sight.
Right.
And actually, the Ranger has blind sight.
Right.
So they each have their own specialties, but as Kevin sort of makes his way down first, there's sort of a twist in the cavern, and then it gets thinner in one area and widens out in another. And you can see there's sort of like diverging paths before you, where one area appears to get a little bit thinner, and then the other path widens out. But that's what you can see at the crossroads, because they sort of both turn in different ways.
Now we split. Our telepathic bond is still up, right?
Right.
How much longer do we have?
I said it took about 30 minutes to get you to this point
Yeah, 30
without recasting it as we approached it because he didn't know exactly when there. I'll say that just at this point, you're about 5 minutes into your call. You've been moving
Okay.
for
So
about
if
5
we,
minutes. You got 25 minutes left on the.
So whenever they got there, if we were to split and be able to tell what's going on, at least like we'll say we move in 60 feet to see what we see on each side, and then
Right.
come back and see, okay, well, does it go down or up?
Mhm.
You know, do you want to kind of do that since our telepathic bond is still up? Kevin can converse with you guys.
Okay. Which way do you guys want to split up? Do you want to send Kevin one way and the other guys the other?
Yeah, Kevin will go one way since he's already in that vicinity. We'll take the left one, the one that gets narrow.
Okay, so Kevin takes the one that gets
he's
narrow.
small. So.
Right. So he starts to move in the direction of that path, and it just sort of narrows out a little bit, and then maintains at that tightness for a while. It looks manageable for the small folk that Kevin is with, from what he can tell, and it sort of descends about 90 feet before curving off, and in that time, Puppet and Shorty move to a spot where it sort of widens off, moves the other way, the right direction, towards the space where it gets wider. It stays at a bit of a decent gap for you guys to like move on, I guess, hands and knees through, and then there is you stop suddenly expecting a decline, but it's just a drop off. Like the cavern continues at the same size that you were in, but it continues straight down into darkness.
That's probably the fate of it.
Alright. Going down.
I'll have Kevin go back the way they went and also relay the information where, hey, I think our buddy right here could fit through this 1 foot gap.
Right.
But I don't see anything on the other side other than more cavern.
Do you want to send Kevin down first?
Yeah.
You guys haven't traveled too far down these diverging paths before they get to a spot that would be difficult for not flying.
Get
So
Kevin in!
Kevin just turns around, moves back in, and begins to descend down. As you get farther, just through your dark vision, you can just see it remains an empty cavern, and then maybe about 250 feet, you find like a rocky floor with no obvious exit. This one appears to be a dead end.
No mushrooms on the side.
Just a deep fall that would hurt you a lot
We
if you
shall
couldn't fly.
recover back up.
So that's another 5 minutes on your
So
30.
we have 20 left.
Right.
Alright.
But
I
you
need
guys
you to go through this hole.
turn around,
Okay.
and Puppet takes the lead down this next section. Again, I said it tightens, but not to an area where you guys can't fit. The short gnome and the
Homunculus.
Threadborn? I got it. Threadborn are able to move through this area slowly but steadily. It sort of twists in a strange way that has you kind of doubting your center of gravity, and then
She's
it twists off like 90 feet. Like I said, it moves about, and you can see that the cavern moves forward and it levels out, right? So it actually feels like it's stable ground. You get to a point
just
where
telling you what's going on.
there's a It's him and Shorty. It's all right. They get to a point where there's like sort of a flat-ish.
Like a bottom.
Yeah, there's a bottom to stand on, but it's very thin, right? You're kind of you've adjusted from crawling now to standing, and you have to sort of slide your way through
You
because
gotta
it's
kind of hug the wall. And
yeah, it's not you're not crawling anymore through a tight space, but it's become like this.
So it's just him on the
So it's
other
very
side.
narrow. Puppet takes the lead. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Hooray!
Find those mushrooms.
I'm looking for about a 20, but a 15 will still give you some successes. Some
It's over 20. It's
Okay.
31.
31.
actually.
Excellent. So that's way above my DC, and it's sort of supposed to scale. So with your true sight,
5 and
what's the range on that? Do you know? Is it
120.
120. Okay. So 120, not 120 feet before you, but you can kind of see how this cavern gets deeper once again. Like I said, you twisted and then you leveled out after sort of doubting your center of gravity for a moment, but as you move through the space here that's very narrow, there's a moment where you worry that the gnome cannot get through. Like, it's so narrow that you can get through, but just the nature of having a head is going to make it difficult for, like, a head
Can I
that can't
take over
squish.
for Shorty in the character form?
Yeah, because he's not here right now. I want to sort of see what you guys think Shorty would do.
Puppet, I can no longer go further. You must go on, but I will wait right here and wait for you. Proceed with your journey.
It's actually a check.
Proceed with your check.
No, it's for short.
Shit.
oh my god.
It's more like Puppet sees it and is like,
Can I use one of my luck points?
No. Well, my dad doesn't have the luck feet.
he has a heroic inspiration.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Here, let's-
Alright,
Okay.
that's better.
So, a natural 12 on this. In this case, this is an acrobatics check. So I think
Yeah,
he's
dex.
proficient in that, and his dex I know is a +6. So he's
23.
yeah. So
Or no, 24, sorry. 24.
So the gnome sort of has to like kick up, and Shorty is able to do a little bit of a tight squeezing spin, where he kicks up off the ground and gets to a spot that he thinks would be a little bit better for him. His ears squeeze, but he
He
gets
makes it
through
through.
unscathed.
Never mind.
You guys
I'm
can
cool.
continue.
Let's go. We continue.
As you do, the path begins to descend once again. It just sort of starts to roll like a hill and slowly gets steeper. When it gets about like 30 degrees in that way, where it's like it hasn't moved a full 60. It's only like it's not as bad as what I was describing before. Essentially,
Okay.
it's rolling away so that it's kind of in a decent like this, right,
It's
from your
walkable
perspective.
on.
Right, but you're moving through, and it's no longer as narrow, but it's starting to shrink up again. So you guys are going to have to go back into a crawl.
Okay.
Essentially.
We continue to crawl.
This is.
5 more minutes.
I'm actually going to call it 10 here, as the travel's a little bit longer, what I've described. So when the previous 5 minutes, they were both things,
Yeah.
you've doubled that distance. Now
Alright,
it's been
so
10 minutes more of travel.
As a ranger with Shorty, our telepathic bond, I'm going to telepathically tell Reginald, hey, it's been this amount of time. We've made it this far, and we're at this point.
Okay. Now, I want to make sure I've got this one here. There was a section on rolling.
And the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't know how much further we're going to have to go in to find these mushrooms, but I want you to be aware just in case. Makes sense?
I've prepared another way to communicate with you. I might be able to reach out.
That's good.
Okay.
What in the hell are we doing?
What?
I'm sorry, one moment. We might be able to find these mushrooms, almost. You have true polymorph.
Yeah.
Why aren't you looking in that book for something with a burrow speed so all we have to do is freaking sit at the mouth of the cave
Because I'm not wasting my level 9 spell slot.
so we can go rest again? We have to go make the potion anyway.
Yeah, that's not going to take that long.
You never know. We don't know.
Aha.
Or even polymorph.
Perfect. That's what I was trying to verify.
I
So,
don't even have normal poly.
to do a search action, it specifies you make a wisdom, insight, medicine, perception, or survival check. That's what I was looking for.
What?
I don't know if
Use
there's a
your-
section
Use your...
on...
Be smart,
You're
Rose.
going to
Go.
make
Yeah.
me waste my level 9 spell slot after
We
getting
need
it back.
one thing. We need one thing.
Let me describe this next section. You reach a point where the descending cave that you've been crawling through branches off into 5 separate forks. It sort of widens out in this like slanted larger room that medium creatures could fit through, and then you can see 5 more holes leading deeper in sort of twisting paths that you can't see more than 15-20 feet down. In
What
this
are you
case,
doing?
Doing stuff that you do to me. You look at me all
To-
crazy and do that.
to search
Yeah, after you do something.
for a natural growing plant here, I want a survival check.
Oh god, survival from
So-
me?
So
Guidance yourself.
it can still be Shorty is the thing. You brought the
Okay,
ranger
guidance,
into this situation. If he wants to roll for his dad's character, he can.
Yes, I'll guidance Shorty before doing this.
Are you rolling it?
Roll a 17 with whatever pluses he has.
Roll a
And it's
d4.
4.
4.
So
So
21
every...
plus.
Yeah.
40.
40.
That's a
That's
40.
a 40.
One. The ranger catches a whiff of something in the air, listens intently, and hears the trickling of water down the lower right path.
Mhm.
He gets an innate sense there is a suitable habitat for mushrooms somewhere down that hole. He doesn't know how deep it is because he rolled a 41. It could be miles, but he thinks
Could be
there is a
miles.
suitable habitat for mushrooms
Let's go.
if they go
Shush.
that way.
Alright, here's the plan now. Shorty, Kevin, go back. I'm gonna go down this path to find these mushrooms, and then when I come back, everyone will be happy.
Yeah, make him
Do you
the
need me to
savior.
get the monster manual?
No,
I
'cause
want-
know exactly what I'm turning into when I get down there.
Okay.
Well, after I get the
Right.
mushrooms, of course.
I want,
So, Shorty, me, for the time being, will... Is there anything that he can give him before he leaves?
I don't think we gave him any.
No, I mean, as a ranger, is there any kind
No,
Is
there's
there
no
any kinda-
bonuses he can give.
I don't know if he has
Okay.
any buffs or anything that
Okay.
he could offer. He's got some healing spells.
He would have
Good
had
luck, buddy.
He would have
So-
had to have turned Journey into a small creature to join me.
Anyway, he just says, good luck, buddy, and he'll head back.
The next thing that happens is I want anyone descending down this path to make an athletics or acrobatics check.
So him and Shorty.
Thank you, because acrobatics...
Shorty is not going down this path by what you just described.
Right, no, he's going back to tell you guys what he found.
Anyone
Because-
moving forward, you could. I'll say this is another 5 minutes on the bond. You have 5 minutes
30.
left.
So
30?
30.
Okay, so squeezing. Was that athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. So squeezing deftly and nimbly down deeper into this cavern, you can see that it actually descends in such a way where you feel like you're going down at a sharp angle, and then no, it is just a climb straight down. You're climbing over rocks and around sections, and if you weren't a Threadborn, you could have been
Spaghetti.
pinched 30 different ways. Like,
It's a good thing I sent them back.
you move down this way. Now, granted, a suitable acrobatics check could be possible
Right.
if you rolled that well, but you realize that, yeah, you had to essentially roll pretty well to get this way. So it's about 60 feet of climbing that you go beyond this last cavern that you reach a point where water comes out of a small like tear or fissure in this descent downwards, and there's a small trickle of stream
Quick, in
that-
Minecraft, you can go up that.
that hits. No, it's a very small trickle of water,
Yeah,
but
in
it
Minecraft, there's no
hits
such thing as
a
small.
section of rock, and then it begins to flow in a direction where you realize that it's no longer straight down.
Okay, cool.
Like at the very base of this, like 60-foot, just chimney that you have to climb down. Essentially, there is a stream that continues in a direction down, but at an angle.
yeah.
Much better.
Follow the stream.
So the stream goes about 70 more feet. 3 minutes of the telepathic bond. There's 2 minutes left. The stream descends down this corridor 70 feet, and it's a little bit wider here. It's not as bad as that gap that you just had. You just rolled a 30 on, but there's a little bit of space, and you're still sort of crawling, and there is like one central sort of
Pocket.
it's like a it looks like a pinch in the rock where it's almost formed like this.
And there's
And
a BibberBang.
Even you are
From the car.
doubting. This
BibberBang.
is what they call the last hurdle, if you will.
Oh,
I'm-
I'm even doubting that I can't fit through this thing.
I'm asking for one more athletics or acrobatics check on this one.
Guidance yourself.
You're telling me to guidance myself.
I would. If this was pirates.
Or-
getting in-
I could do this.
Is it
Gaseous
what
form.
Oh.
Gaseous
form? It's a concentration spell, right?
It is, but
I'm going
it
to
turns me
pull
into gas.
I wanna pull that up if I have it here. That is, I wanna read that in 2024. That's awesome.
It still turns my
Okay.
entire form into gas, and I get like resistance to
Casting time action. Duration concentration up to 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Shape shifts. If you drop to 0 hit points,
If
you can take a magic action. Fly speed of 10 feet,
Nice.
Yep.
which is actually 20 because of Reginald's magic.
Uh-huh.
Hover.
Yep.
You can occupy the space of another creature. Immunity to prone condition. Advantage on strength, dex, and con saves.
Ooh, I
Interesting.
forgot about that.
I was worried.
Target can pass through narrow openings, but it treats liquids as though they were solid surfaces. So there is a liquid in here, and that's not a big deal because there's nothing beneath it at the moment. She can't talk, manipulate objects. And you can't attack or cast spells. But why would you need to when you're not fighting anything
When
right
you're
now?
a gas.
Right.
Oh, I just fit right through the hole now.
So, without effort in
I
this
guess with
moment,
your gaseous form, you just.
yeah, you can narrowly fit through this one. I'm actually gonna break these. I don't want to get mixed up. No, it's
Wow,
fine.
that's like a quick button.
Right beyond this spot here, you see like almost glowing green. This maybe 8 foot by 8 foot sort of squarish patch of these large sort of bubbling green mushrooms.
Dude, you know how hard it's gonna be for me to do that? They're BibberBang. They
Right
explode when you get too
Beyond
close.
this thing, you approach it, and in your gaseous form, you feel pretty safe. You gather, but in order to
Manipulate objects, I have to lose the form.
right or to harvest something,
Meaning, I'm gonna have to cancel out of my shit and start being as slow as possible.
so
Put 'em in your bag of holding.
You have the bag of holding.
We all have a bag of holding.
Did we all get one?
Yeah.
I thought
we all
I thought
have
we
one.
discussed that. We're like
Yeah, we were like, we all have one. So you have a bag of holding.
I thought our bag of holding was your bag of holding.
No.
what's your bonus to sleight of hand?
That would be a great 16.
A 16. Okay, so I wanted to ask what sort of proficiencies you think would apply, and stealth wouldn't be applicable, but a dexterity-based skill like sleight of hand
I agree.
could definitely be attempted to make this work here. So you cross the threshold of this final gap that is tight but not impossible for your Threadborn form, and you encounter the mushrooms that you seek. You'll have to end the spell in order to attempt this test.
I'm
And-
gonna end it.
You have to.
The area in here is pretty tight. You actually see that the cave does descend beyond this patch, but it's like kind of through. If that makes sense. You'd have to like destroy the mushrooms or
Pick them all.
right in order to attempt it.
Let's start with the first one then.
One other thing, you do feel sort of a rumble from the ground. It sort of rumbles for a moment and then it stops.
It's a bullet.
So it's at that moment that the telepathic bond
Breaks.
ends. Enough that you could sort of communicate that last sense. You felt a rumble,
I found it.
and then Pyro heard, and then Pyro responded in the bond. It's a bullet, and then the bond ends.
Ah, shit. Well, I'm alone in here with a bullet.
Hurry up and make your sleight of hand checks
Yeah.
to get this thing.
I actually want to see what's further down in this thing.
No.
Do you want to?
Dude, we just need that mushroom.
So-
You know,
So here's the
we're
deal.
gonna need to make multiple versions of these potions for for
We only
both
need-
of them,
we only need 2 because the summer ones are gone.
and then they get
You-
a replacement.
You'll need to harvest a certain amount, but you don't know how potent this brew would be, I guess.
So just pick everything you can, and then you'll have to come back out.
I'll pick at least 3.
Are you going
He said
to?
there was more.
Are you going to buff yourself in any other way?
Guidance.
Yeah, guidance, of course.
You're going to cast guidance on yourself.
Hey,
So-
pick 4
Bards can
just
do
in case we
that.
need
At least
2
20th level.
to make 1 potion.
And then I'll turn. Then I know what I'm turning into after that.
He could recast gaseous form after getting it in a bag of holding.
You're good.
I could do that.
It's a 3rd level spell.
Completely different.
And then you're
I'm
not
just
using
letting
your
you
9th
know.
level.
Yeah, then you wouldn't have to use your knife.
I'd have to use the second level.
Second, third level, I think.
It's second.
Was it?
I have it written down as second.
Yeah.
I looked it up earlier, I can't remember.
That's a 16 plus 4 plus my sleight of hand of 16. That's a 36.
So a 36.
For my first
They all blow
roll.
up. We lose
They all blow up. Hey, you
Fuck!
fucked it. You fucked it.
Puppet gets down on sort of basically as low as he can.
You want to get
And
forward? See how many
what
you
you
get?
used to harvest.
What do I use to harvest it?
Yeah, what in your equipment do you use to
I have a
cut this
dagger.
efficiently? Do you have a magic dagger?
I don't have a magic dagger, but
It's
I can.
not a +1 dagger or anything.
No, it's just a normal dagger. It's just a powerful dagger.
Okay.
I could use my. I call it my Reaper's Rapier.
Yeah, that would apply here. I think you gather that the sort of hostile nature of this thing is to be. It is going to require some sort of magic touch to make this harvest happen. But you get down very closely and begin to cut into the first one, moving slowly at all times to make sure that nothing destroys. That nothing disturbs these volatile, explosive mushrooms. For a moment, you think you hear a bubble and a burble as one of them begins to grow for a fraction of a second, and just as you're afraid that it's about to burst, it just lets off a little bit of gas and returns to its normal size. Not the one you were working on, but one nearby, right?
Yeah.
So the one that you were working on, you finish.
I know it doesn't matter, but I rolled a d4 to see how many he would get, and it rolled on a 4. But it doesn't matter, I'm not.
After about 2 minutes of working on this, as the telepathic bond has ended, you get a message in your brain from Reginald.
In the middle of cutting, I get a message.
As he had prepared sending today.
Shouldn't have done that. My head's been hurting this entire time.
Puppet, report back. Is a bullet with you? Should I send to Shorty? You can reply to this message.
After the beep. Please leave
That's it.
Everything is fine. Don't scare me again. I'm with the mushrooms. That's my message.
That's all you hear. So you continue your work slowly but steadily. Minutes pass as it becomes 10. Oh dear. We're gonna sort of wrap
Yeah,
this
that's
up.
why I was saying let's
as-
get his mushrooms and then get him back to the cave.
Right. As you finish your collection, I will say, sure, you're able to confidently grab 4 BibberBang mushrooms. Not the largest of the group, but the size that you think could fit in a bag of holding. So you put them carefully in using your dexterous sleight of hand.
I have light fingers.
Tell me, what do you transform into,
And how do you
and
get out of
which
here?
direction you go? And that's where we're gonna.
So want to go
No!
deeper though. There could be anything down there.
This is where we're gonna wrap up. So just tell me,
Yeah.
answer me those 2
I'm
questions.
turning into
Either way.
an earth elemental, the bigger versions.
The Myrmidian
Yeah,
guy?
the Myrmidian ones.
Okay.
I'm turning into one of those because they also have the
The Earth Elemental ones have burrow.
They both have burrow movement speed, so. And I think it's 60 feet, if I'm correct.
Fire Elemental.
Now, for everybody
Draco
there, are you
Lich.
coming up or down?
This is one of those moments where if I don't go down, I'm gonna regret not going.
Okay, and now we're mad.
Yeah, so
Hang
you
on.
guys can be mad.
Hang on. Is there anything prepared?
Further.
Would you like to know, Weather Boy?
So it is.
And that's where we'll pick up next.
There's shit prepared.
I'll let him do the sign off.
I'm trying to find the Myrmidian
Did they
guys.
not put it in that one?
I'm just not sure about where the organization is. I should have just.
It should have been with us. It was normally, well, it was in the same
It's all
area, but
yeah, but now it's all alphabetical.
yeah.
I'm just trying to see if it's M-Y. Mummy
Mommy.
Ward.
Like,
Mike. Okay, it's not in that section.
What?
We-
Really?
Thank you for. We'll double check it afterwards, but you said down?
Yep.
Okay, so we thank you for watching this latest episode of the latest session of the Legends campaign. We appreciate all the likes, comments, and any subscriptions that you can offer, and we will see you next time to hang out with our D&D buddies.
Bye bye.